going to work on that. I know this audio, this particular one is like going back and forth off and on and all that, right? But let's keep managing it, okay? It's just for simply little time. And then we'll get a better one. So good morning to you once again. Good afternoon to you. And good evening to you from wherever you are joining us. This is Maiyegun live. In case if this is sort of meeting you as a breaking news or as a shocker, please don't. It's been in the news for the past 4 or 5 hours, I would say. But Nigerians, as expected, have been showing all kinds of reactions when they saw the video of a sick Koolu walking out of an emergency care unit of, it's called the Linden Wing of St. Mary's Hospital in London, the same hospital that Bokohari died in 2017. God resurrected. It's a long story, right? There are those that will say, no, Maiyegun didn't resurrect. The Bokohari they have in Nigeria is a clone. I am not here to argue with your kind of exchange banter. The reason why I mentioned that is because this was the hospital that Bokohari frequented, possibly still visits, right? When it was your president, especially the first 2 years of Bokohari, the same hospital that Bokohari spent over 100 days when his obituary was announced in Nigeria, St. Mary's Hospital, Paddington, London. It is famous for the rich, powerful, supposedly powerful Nigerians. It is where if you want any compromise on any politicians in Nigeria, presidents, well, okay, let's actually stick to that of Bokohari, the person who was so famous that he died in that same hospital, resurrected, and then went back to Nigeria to further destroy Nigeria. So this morning, Thiefnubu was cited walking out of that hospital, and that has raised a lot of questions. Some of them I am going to address this evening. A lot of them, this particular video is also going to push a lot of conspiracy theories, but we don't push conspiracy theory on MaiyegunSdiary Politico. We put pieces of information that are available, we put them together here, we lay them bare, then we fuse them together to arrive at an undisputable conclusion that those who love their oppressors, the slaves that love their chains, they will do anything and everything to debunk, even if they don't have any alternative facts to back their rejection of the facts that we are going to present. Thiefnubu is a sick man, very sick. And the Thiefnubu's sort of sickness or ailment, right, can be linked to several factors. Among them, old age, long history of drug abuse, drug use and drug abuse. At the same time, self-greed too. So let's start with that of his history, his medical history. Some of them that are, in pieces are always in the public domain. Before Thiefnubu became your president, before forcing himself on you in Nigeria, he usually used London Hospital, but not St. Mary's. Sometimes in 2021, no, sorry, I think it was 2019, rather, 2019, Thiefnubu traveled to Maryland in the US to undergo a knee surgery. And after this surgery, Thiefnubu didn't stay in the US to recover. He actually traveled back to the UK, where he came to recover, and he stayed with Sheyi, his son's wife here, and then his son's family here. So Sheyi's wife hosted him, and he was always like going to the London hospital for checkup, for kind of all that. Then fast forward to when he became your president. Thiefnubu never uses a UK hospital for his own medical care. Thiefnubu is somebody that nobody knows his real age. Nobody knows his real date of birth. Therefore, nobody knows his real age. Thiefnubu is a character that actually exists. It's like a myth that exists and lives on lies and, a falsehood, so to say. However, there are places where they have his medical record that I really wish the investigative journalists around that contraption can dig in and request for the freedom of information from these hospitals, and they will get some of this information from them. But here are some of those that are in the public. When Thiefnubu became your president, he relocated his care to France, Paris, an American hospital in Paris, where he's been frequenting, a place where they have carried out different kind of heart surgery, kidney problem, internal organ problem, total collapse. And they've carried out several operations on Thiefnubu to the point that during your election campaign, if you remember very well, there was one of those trips that Thiefnubu was returning to Nigeria, and he had this what do you call it? I don't know the name. The syringe where they have to pass, some medication through you, or other one where they have to take your blood and all of that. And when he returned to Nigeria, he actually carried that to the point that everybody was like, oh, he was coming back from medical trip. Nigeria has been cursed with horrible, horrible, horrible people. I mean, horrible people. IV line, God bless you. The IV line. You remember that picture? When Thiefnubu arrived in Nigeria and he was waving at his supporters, and that IV line was showing. That was when the rumor that he almost died in France. In fact, it was almost like they were going to announce that he's dead. Okay, and it was during the campaign, so they had to rush him back. He didn't finish his medication. From that expose, right, Thiefnubu and his handlers decided henceforth that he would never wear any short sleeve under his agbada anymore. Also, he won't have to go to France every now and then, like Bokohari. Rather than go to France, they can bring France to him. And that worked for some time, okay, whereby inside the asshole rock, you will see in his bedroom or wherever, they had a small space there that is like an hospital, where they have to kind of drain him, pump him, drain him, and pump him just whenever he's going out. Some of those manifested during the campaigns when Thiefnubu couldn't really do anything other than just to appear, right? So when they jag him up, when they pump him up with so much drugs, right, then he can appear in public. He can do blah, 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 and all of that, and they will return him back to his house. Finally became your president. Nigeria is cursed with criminals, okay, who don't give a damn about what is called the national security. You will never see any leader of any country take their medical treatment, except in Africa, though. Take their medical, record and medical treatment abroad into the hands of the supposed colonial masters who have all of their health records and all of that stuff, and they could use them as a means of a compromise. Okay, yeah, they do that all the time. Since you have compromised your national security, okay, an ordinary doctor in London knows everything that is wrong with your president, and that could be passed down to the MI6, MI5, FBI, CIA, whenever they wanted, and they could use them as a means of a control, compromise on your leader and take advantage of your country. That is why you will never see any serious world leader go to another country for medical care or medical treatment American president in his own Air Force One, inside that presidential jet of the American president. It's like a flying ambulance too, where everything is blood, is a blood bank, is medical stuff and all of that. Everything travels with him in case if he has any emergency. They will never say, because American president has an emergency, a medical emergency abroad, let us take him to a nearby hospital for a quick check. They will never do it. Because if by any means an unauthorized person have access to the American president's health record, that will compromise American national security. And they take that seriously. Not in Nigeria, a contraption that is not a real country, right? So for 8 solid years, Bokohari compromised the national security of Nigeria by giving himself up for medical, to medical students, and likewise in the UK, here in London, where they were using him as a guinea pig, more or less like a test animal in their lab, checking and checking, taking blood and all of that. And all of these records are there in the St. Mary's Hospital in London. So, a few days ago, Thiefnubu was in China. And after that China trip, unannounced, Thiefnubu detoured to the UK. Initially, people were wondering, what's he doing in the UK? Not sure what he was doing in the UK. Yesterday, the Thiefnubu's handlers, they took him to go and see King Charles in the Buckingham Palace. He took a picture with him just to kind of make it look like, oh, he's in the UK now. But we don't know why he was here. And we still don't know why he's still here, right? But we are having an idea now why he's here and not in France. So Thiefnubu, coming out of St. Mary's Hospital this morning, like I said, raised a lot of red flags. But here is that video. We are going to start with. It's a very short one, okay? That was it. Immediately that video landed, I uploaded it, right? And as expected, the humbled slaves, the bastards, the bat idiots, they came to defend him, right? Some of them said that video is an old video. Well, to debunk that it's not an old video. Thiefnubu, by no means, if it's not your president, will never drive in the official vehicle of the president of Nigeria in the UK, FGN 1A. That is the official vehicle of the president of Nigeria in the UK. Okay. Also, urgent treatment center is where we called the one second, in this hospital, right? You see this particular wing, is for those who are possibly like having an emergency, care, so to say, check, until maybe they will say, okay, it's fine. Then when he walked out, is so emaciated, right? Like a fugitive, okay? Hiding from the public, trying to disguise as much as possible. Among those who came to defend the Thiefnubu, that it's an old video, it's not new. Well, to show to you that it is actually today, that one has been confirmed. Then the second one, some of these Sabobakus who are drinking agbo, dying like chicken, dying like chickens in Nigeria, because of the poor healthcare system in Nigeria, because of the poverty inflicted on them and the other poorest Nigerians in Nigeria, because they couldn't afford a simple medical care, no matter how cheap it is. They are dying from preventable death in the contraption. They came. One of them said, healthcare, like anybody can fall sick. Agreed. Anyone can fall sick. Another one came and said, maybe you, Maiyegun, maybe you were also sick. Everybody is wishing you well. And I was like, oh, okay, hang on. Number one, I wasn't sick, right? Number two, I am not your president, okay? And then number three, you know why I went to the hospital, right? For my own surgery. I announced it myself. Thiefnubu is like that of a fugitive, a thief, hiding from the public, okay? Disguising. The president of 250 million people is hiding in a London hospital, okay? And using a sort of a cover. He is so weak, so tired, that you could tell that those who are like patching him out, they wanted to get that done as quick as possible, push him away, without telling the rest of you, the ombud slaves of Nigeria, why is your president at an emergency care unit in London? Yesterday, we got the news that the same Thiefnubu spent 21 billion naira renovating the Old Rock Clinic in Nigeria, which they will never use to start with, right? Then another thing is the normal Abobaku, whether home or abroad, the slaves, whether they are home, whether they are in Nigeria or they are abroad, none of them can tell you what is wrong with Thiefnubu. None. Okay? And then they are mostly like, usually, right? Usually, in Nigerian way, whenever your presidents have to come here for medical treatment, right? They will begin to tell you to pray for them. Pray for Thiefnubu to get well soon. Pray for Bokohari to get well. And then begin to attack those that are asking questions as maybe they are wishing him death. So to clear the air, I've said this many times, okay? Being unwell, right, is not the prerogative of anyone. Anyone can fall sick, which is true. But the ideal thing is that the public office holders who are using your money, they are spending, because everything they are doing there is your money, so to say, right? Those who are using your money, at least they owe you a little respect to tell you what they are spending it on. I've had others who are also from that same contraption praying, let Thiefnubu no die, yo. Because if Thiefnubu die, now shitty man go become your president. You are still a dafty and idiot. If you think that there's a difference between shitty man and Thiefnubu, whether Thiefnubu go die or shitty man go succeed him, none of them is going to actually be different from the life that they have planned for you. But from our record, Thiefnubu, the drug addict, a drug dealer who has been also using his own drugs over time, right? He has been living and surviving on endless medical procedures just to keep him alive. His dementia and so many other things that are wrong with him, right, are being managed by different medical, personnel abroad, including the ones in France. Why didn't he go to France? Why did he have to come to the UK when in the last 15 months, he's never been to the UK hospital? Meanwhile, he has been, especially in the last 2 years, Thiefnubu has been to the American hospital in Paris for more than 16 times. Yeah, different procedures in the last 2 years. So why did he come to the UK? What is really kind of like possibly going on? Is it that those who have access to him in Paris, they have compromised or what? Well, we may not have all the answers, okay? But here is something. If you call yourself a proud Nigerian, you should be ashamed of yourself. You should be ashamed of yourself in the sense that your own president find it so hard. The person they told you built Lagos, He built Lagos. Somebody who built Lagos didn't build a single hospital. 25 years of your fraudulent democracy. There is no single hospital in Nigeria that could actually, and meanwhile, people have said that the best doctors you can come across in any part of the world, you will see Nigerians among them. There are best medical practitioners, even within that same Nigeria, but they don't trust the system. They don't believe in Nigeria. They don't believe in anything in Nigeria. And that is why, if you call yourself a proud Nigerian, and then you are now trying to gaslight people, asking questions, for example, trying to kind of make people feel guilty for asking questions of why should your president be a guinea pig, a lab rat, someone that they have to run different tests on, use as a practice animal for medical practitioners all over the world. That alone should possibly kind of show to you that you do not have a country. No, you don't. And they do not rate you. 8 solid years, they traumatized you with the threat of every time Bokohari leaves Nigeria, there are some people who wanted him dead. Not that these failed criminals who don't believe in that contraption, that same your contraption that you call Nigeria, that will be great one day. These guys don't believe in it. And you are so deluded, shouting proud Nigerian, when you are actually a proud slave. 25 years of ruining Lagos. There is no single hospital that could take care of Thiefnubu or any of your political leaders. Then you will turn around and begin to gaslight people that are asking questions, and then you'll be like, are you wishing him dead? He's going to live long. He's going to shake in and the rest of that. The bottom line, the point here is this. If he likes, he should live long or not. That's his own cup of tea. But you don't have a country. None. You have no country. And the likes of Thiefnubu and gang, they know this. Very well. Your president and the people controlling your contraption sold your country to this Western world until you die. This is why they will keep taking advantage of you. Because they know what you don't know. And the likes of Thiefnubu, in their greed and selfishness, they will give them whatever they want, as long as they promise them healthcare. Do you know the shameful part of it is that when they come to the UK, they actually come here to meet Nigerians who left the contraption, because the likes of Thiefnubu will never make provision for medical doctors, health care practitioners to excel in their job in Nigeria, providing health care for millions of you. They deny them their opportunity. They deny them that environment where they could actually excel. Then majority of them left Nigeria, only for your criminal leaders to now take your scarce money, your money, to bring your money here to pay the same people for the same medical care. What happened to the 21 billion naira they spent on the Asshole Rock clinic? What happened to that? Same old. Abi? Now, the other part is this. I have seen some of you praying the moment you saw that video. Thiefnubu must not die, you. Shitty man is going to be worse. I know some of you are saying this out of ignorance. And some of you are saying this because you think you are making any sense. No, you are not. There is no difference between shitty man and Thiefnubu. Well, I'll tell you a little bit of a difference here. That it's not major. When Bokohari was president of Nigeria, And then his death was announced from that same hospital that Thiefnubu walked out from today, right? St. Mary's Hospital in London. They had to force the impoverished northerners to be praying for him. In fact, part of the hatred, the division, the divide and rule, you say, right? The division you are witnessing in Nigeria today were built on these criminals, right? They were built on these criminals agreed at the time that they believed that he's a Fulani man. So if a Yoruba man is asking, is Bokohari dead or alive? An average impoverished northerner is made to believe that the southerners, they hated them. They wanted Bokohari dead so that their own brother could become president. Majority of them were not bothered about the ruined and destroyed the economy. Bokohari that was battling with his health, away from the country every now and then, gave room to the kleptomaniacs, the ruiners, the destroyers, to milk Nigeria, loot Nigeria, destroy Nigeria, because he was so sick that he had no idea whether he's alive or dead. The lunatics, the criminals who wanted to keep the power and the largest of it, they turned you and make you believe that as long as Bokohari was your president, that was enough. Whether the Boko Harams are killing you, whether Fulani terrorists are kidnapping and raping your children as a northerner, whether your people are living in abject poverty, all those didn't matter. What really matters most is that as long as Bokohari is your president and he's a Fulani, a Muslim, a northerner, you, a northerner, a Muslim, Hausa Fulani, Hausa or Fulani, Kanuri, you owe him one allegiance, no matter what you were going through, to make sure that anyone who wants to force Bokohari to resign based on health, because of his health condition, for people who are competent, those who are healthy, mentally and physically, to take charge of your country, to make decisions that are far-reaching, decisions that are going to impact on your lives. The lunatics, the criminals from northern Nigeria, they blocked all of that and they pushed the agenda of a Fulani man, a Muslim, a northerner must spend 8 years, even if he's a vegetable, even if he is dead, he must complete his term. After 8 years, the northern Nigeria is now the worst part of the entire Africa. And that's what put Nigeria on the map as the poverty capital of the world. And guess what? The Bokohari's appointees, when Bokohari was there battling for his life in the UK, they were busy manipulating the system, stealing and looting the entire system, impoverishing the millions of people, including children. The terrorists were having free will, free reign. Everyone was having a good time, except the citizens. 8 years after that, look at Nigeria. Now, when this Thiefnubu now forced himself on you, a sick man, he is not just physically sick, he is mentally sick. But he is a Yoruba man. If a Bokohari, a vegetable, could be allowed to spend his 8 years, even if Thiefnubu is a vegetable, as a Yoruba man, as Yorubas, it is not in your place to join others and ask him to go and look after his health. Go and look after your health. Or you have been programmed that way, share you get now, that even people who don't like Thiefnubu, I have seen those who are not even Yorubas, who are already typing it on social. Some of you are already typing the same thing right now. He must not die, you. He must not die, you. We cannot handle shitty man, oh. We cannot let a shitty man take charge, you. But you are facing the worst of the worst economy as we speak. You are being killed and slaughtered. Some of you are not being kidnapped and killed. You are dying slowly of hunger. And guess those who are making the kill? The appointees of Thiefnubu. They are cashing out big time. Yes, they are forging his signature. They are emptying your treasury and the rest of that. But as a Yoruba man, he must complete his 8 years. He cannot die like that. So the power will now go back to the north because you are programmed that way. As if to say the whole thing is actually in any way, even a little tiny bit of it is working for you. Abi, one person came to me and said, but Maiyegun, I know that Thiefnubu is worse, but I think we should not encourage these people because these northerners, once they get the power, I say, calm down. The only people that will lose if Thiefnubu dies, if Thiefnubu die, you are not the loser. Because a lot of you, including those of you who are from northern Nigeria, you're already losers. 8 years of Bokohari did not leave you better off. You are worse off. 15 months of Thiefnubu, the people who are screaming most, Ebing Pawao, they are Yorubas. Yorubas from Lagos, mostly. Some of them probably were told that all they needed was for a Yoruba man to be president of Nigeria. And maybe their life would be better. Right? But it's not even up to a year when they all started crying and screaming. And today, in that your terrorized existence, they are telling you right now, you have to pray for him. We cannot wish it on this, so and so. But you know those who are pushing that too, like Bokohari's people, when he died in that same hospital, right? These people who are telling you right now that we cannot let all this down now. Yeah, you know who are they? They are the likes of Wale Idun, all of his Lagos appointees who are cashing out big time. They expect this to last for 8 years. So that by the time they are done, you won't even recognize yourselves again and say, maybe this. Your lives will be turned upside down. Because the only people who are cashing out, the only people who are actually like cashing out from Thiefnubu's misrule, right? They are his appointees, not Yorubas. I'm not wishing him any death because wishes don't really change anything. Do you understand? Some of us, some people who are actually like looking healthy today, they may die before him. He has a chance of living for another 10, 15 years, no matter his situation, his health condition. Somebody is asking me, did Bokohari die? Yes. Bokohari, when I say died, and then resuscitated in that same St. Mary's Hospital, Bokohari himself came out and said, he never believed he would come back to Nigeria. I don't know if some of you remember that video. Yeah. He was clinically dead until, he was resuscitated. Enough that every organ inside Bokohari that you are seeing, that is why it's not himself. When you look at him, it's not himself, right? So every organ inside the Bokohari was replaced. And some said those who are doing the organ harvesting, but the Boko Haram and the rest of them killing people in northern Nigeria at the time, they said before they kill anybody, when Bokohari was in St. Mary's Hospital, then before Boko Haram kill anyone, they will first take your blood. They will take your blood. Go check your blood. They were looking for matches. All the people that their own distance will match with that of the Bokohari, as they were running desperate in London at the time. So they said when the terrorists were killing people, they will first take their blood, go check it. If they see that this one's blood is all right, they won't kill the person, like killing. They are going to harvest the organ alive or whatever they needed in London at the time. So yeah, those who believe that he didn't recover for real, he actually died. I have no evidence that he actually died finally. But clinically, for days, there is a record of that. And when Bokohari returned back to Nigeria like a skeleton, he looked at everybody and said, number one, he has never been that sick in his life. Number two, he never believed he will return back to Nigeria again, ever. You see, those two words corroborated those who actually witnessed what happened inside that hospital then. But we will never know, right? Yeah, we will never know. And that is why that compromise, that record, that secret is a national secret that is in the hand of the MI6 of the UK. MI5, MI6, I'll be waiting to record them. They are the ones that will tell you if that Bokohari you have in Nigeria is a clone or not. And to those who know at the time, when Aisha welcomed him, Aisha Bokohari had to, you remember, Aisha Bokohari had to kind of like complain and say, this is not my husband. But they interpreted that as, oh, he's a changed man. Like this wasn't the guy who traveled to London for medical care. Indeed, almost everything in him was totally changed. So what is wrong with Thiefnubu? We don't know. Are they trying, are they cloning? I don't know if it's going to be easier to even clone that geriatric Thiefnubu. But you will never know. You and I will never know. Yeah. But you have a president whose health you and I will have to kind of keep speculating on. But the rest of your colonial masters, they have the record in black and white. In black and white. So, Bokohari at some points had to actually leave the entire Old Rock, relocated to Dubai, because she could no longer really relate with this Bokohari that returned to Nigeria. At a point, she raised an alarm. Where are the men in Nigeria? Where are the men? That just just two men, Maman Daura and then Abba Kyari, they are the ones who are controlling what happens inside Nigeria. Because the moment her husband went to London for this medical treatment and they returned him back to Nigeria, it's not the same again. So yeah, Thiefnubu and those who are currently milking you, those who are using Thiefnubu to milk you right now, they are working like round the clock to make you believe that if Thiefnubu by any means should die, what is going to be the fate of the Yorubas? Are you not seeing that blackmail? Hello? I beg, Thiefnubu is still alive now, Abi. What is the fate of the Yorubas in Nigeria as we speak? What is the fate of Yorubas? Anything better? Well, here is what will happen. Like when Yaradua died, the only losers will be those appointed into their criminal government to milk you. Abi? Definitely not you. Because already you have been cheated, you have been mortgaged, and yeah, you are the mercy of those who are living off of, feeding off of their own tribal feeding bottle, which simply means it's their turn. If Thiefnubu dies tomorrow, the only loser are the people who have planned their next 4 years or 8 years of joining the league of the treasury looters, chancers. You have nothing to lose. You've already lost everything. Whether you are a Yoruba or a Southerner. So don't be that daft to think is that free talk of, you know, what will be the fate of Yorubas? If anything, what is your fate right now? What is happening to you right now that is not dead? What exactly is happening to you right now? What is your fate? Anyway, we will be following and monitoring. But if whatever the man that walked out of the hospital himself this afternoon, I'm sorry, this morning, if there's anything to be worried about, it should be if they are going to hide more of this from you in such a way that never seen before way of looting the country, right? So if you have nothing to be concerned of, right? The last time Thiefnubu spoke in public, he was talking nonsense. It was in China. Do you remember?
It has been a very good trip. Successful partnership, pushing for Nigeria in progress. And we have governors here. I don't know whether you've introduced yourself before I came in, but honorable ministers, they've given you some insight into what we're trying to do. What is uppermost in my mind is for you to represent Nigeria. Nigeria for development. Nigeria for good citizenship. Here you are one of us, and we have to encourage you to be good ambassadors, all of you. That is very key to me. We celebrate our diversity. We cherish it. But in this diversity, part of one line in the national anthem is our commitment to serve. If it is about service, we should be good citizens. That's as simple as that it is. I can't tell you more except from the embassy that Chinese is a very disciplined society, and we have to be disciplined too. Without discipline and commitment, we cannot be a nation that is expected to be. Exploit our diversity and be ready to do everything within the law of the community that we live in and reflect a good image of our country. Yes, you talk about investment opportunity and small-scale businesses. That is what is equally driving China's economy. And we have Bank of Trade and Industry back home. Try to get, some of your members to get connected with the bank. And we're ready to help all small-scale businesses to grow. To me, the country is going through a very strong phase of reform. And this reform is taking a very bold and hard decision.
I was in China, then in London. Because the only losers, if anything happened to him, he doesn't even have any respect for you. I know some of you may come for me, and I don't try to abuse me all day anyway. He has no respect for you to tell you what is wrong with him. He's so greedy and selfish that a sick man that is superintending a failing or a failed country still want to be your president, and you, a voluntary slave, a born bastard, right? You are praying, God will shame you. Somebody said, "Una don't start again. Una go soon the talk saying don't die. If he dies, is it going to be the end of the world?" Yaradua died 2 weeks. They didn't tell Nigerians. His wife locked him up inside the Aso Rock. It got so bad that his own ministers, appointees, they were not allowed to see him. Like that is how cold-hearted and criminally those around these guys can be. A physically sick person, mentally sick man, all they needed is just his appearance. It should just appear. Until when they couldn't cover, maybe when it started rotting away inside the Aso Rock, and everywhere it started smelling. When you enter inside Aso Rock, you'll be smelling the dead body. That's when they had to announce that Yaradua was dead. Because with praise singers like this, they won't mind to clone him too, even if he had to die.
We shall stand. All your mandate, Bola, all your mandate, Bola, all your mandate. We shall stand. We shall stand. All your mandate, we shall stand. We shall stand. All your mandate, we shall stand. All your mandate, all your mandate, all your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, we shall stand. On your mandate, on your mandate, on your mandate, we shall stand. You go win forever.
With those praise singers, they can easily just turn you and say, God will shame all the enemies. That nobody wanted him to die, because him dying is not in the hands of anybody. Do you understand that? If he applied for a job or forced himself on you that he could do a job, that he can do this job, now the country is falling apart. Abi, he has a health problem that they won't even tell you what is wrong with him. So it is not going to be your wish that is going to keep him alive. No, the doctors will try their best to keep him alive. At least even if it's just for our life's sake, for being alive's sake. Even if his brain has been heating up, if that, what do you call it, if that dementia has eaten deep into his brain, and it's just like an empty shell of himself, they will still continue to pop him out there for the gains of those praise singers, those ass lickers, those crumb eaters, at the expense of the rest of you, where critical decisions are meant to be taken. The office of a president of a country that is battling with terrorism, economic destruction, and all of that stuff, right? You need somebody who is mentally stable. But that is not in Nigeria. Okay? He's a Yoruba man. And as Yorubas, you are expected to stand behind him. Talking about standing behind a drug dealer. How many of you remember when the Abobakus, the Ronukus, when they are pushing that their tribal bigotry last year for Thiefnubu to be your president? Igbo this, Igbo that, remember? And then those of you who are Yorubas, that will never, no matter what, you will never bow down or queue behind a druggie like Thiefnubu. These low lives, you were not spared, were you? None of us was spared. We were called Omoale Yorubas. Those who physically went there to reject him at your poll, your charade, they were attacked, remember? They were called Omoale Yoruba. And they said, whether you like it or not, Thiefnubu will be the president. Now he is the president now. Nigeria has gone to the dogs. And everybody affected by his policies, they are coming for him. And suddenly, when I want to gaslight the rest of Yorubas, all of us are supposed, we are all Yorubas. Let us forget the past. Let us all come together. And then, all these people, they hate Yorubas. No. If anybody is out there that hates the Yorubas, it will start from you, the Ronukus. Then you hate yourself so much. There are all the ethos of Omoluabi that says, thou shalt not jale, thou shalt not steal, thou shalt not kill, thou shalt, not be an Agbero and all of that. You abused all of that. You presented Yorubas. You said Yorubas, you presented Yorubas as what? As drug dealers. Because of Thiefnubu. You called decent Omoluabis of Yoruba land. You called them names. Because you didn't care in following a drug dealer. Now that a drug dealer is your president, and your economy is in shambles, your security is in the gutters, your lives are miserable. And it's not just you, including the millions of others, millions of lives in Nigeria who are non-Yorubas, millions of other Nigerians whose lives have been turned upside down. They are now coming for Thiefnubu, and suddenly, we Yorubas must not let, if anybody want to criticize Tinubu, they should criticize Tinubu, they should leave Yoruba out of it. You are now gaslighting other Yorubas that you called Omoale. To come and help you get angry that non-Yorubas are coming for Thiefnubu's because of his failure. You are now looking for Yorubas to come, because now that they are coming for Thiefnubu, to you, they are coming for Yorubas. No, they are not coming for Yorubas. They are coming for you, the Ronukus, Omoale Yoruba. Because you are the real Omoale Yoruba. Okay? A Omoales that doesn't give a damn if your fellow Yorubas go to bed hungry. If your fellow Yorubas are homeless, jobless, wretched, poor. As long as a drug dealer and his cronies, as long as they are the one benefiting from the destruction of Nigeria, not even you. So suddenly, some of them are now saying, but you can abuse Tinubu, but leave Yoruba out of it. You cannot be abusing my tribe, and you want me to keep quiet. Nobody is abusing your tribe. You have already disgraced Yoruba tribe. You've already disgraced the Yoruba's Omoluabi. The moment you have shown to our children that there's nothing wrong being drug dealers, drug pushers, drug users, treasury looters, certificate forgers, Yorubas that we are among the first that embraced this Western education, and they said we are among the, the widely read and most educated people from this part of West Africa. And now, you rubbished all of that. You rubbished all of that for a drug dealer. You said there is no evidence. You said there is no evidence. There is no this. There is no that. Certificate forger. Now, that is the person you want our children to see as a role model. Not as if like, okay, how many of you have been following Enugu? You know, his name is Peter Umba. That is the governor of Enugu State, okay? He's a criminal that forged his own certificate as well. He's also an election rigger too, Peter Umba. But guess what? In the last 15 months, if all of you have been paying attention to Enugu State, this man has turned Enugu State into a construction site that even those that were his ardent critics at the time, they can't but actually give him some credit and say, wow, this is quite impressive. It seems that, after all, the guy actually loves his own people, even though he's got his own baggage and baggages. But when you go to Enugu right now, you are likely going to not even recognize it. Peter Umba, a certificate forger. Thiefnubu, the drug dealer, certificate forger, has destroyed Nigeria with the appointment of his fellow looters, his fellow mediocre, incompetent criminals from Yoruba land that have helped him to destroy Nigeria as we speak. And we are watching that on 3D or maybe not 4D. Abi? And people are coming for them. Lives are being lost every now and then. But you want to turn it around and say, we know that they hate us. We know these people hate Yoruba people. Nobody hates Yoruba people than all of you Luri Brukus that brought this upon us. And the Yorubas will actually have to bear this for a very long time. You will not recruit us, the people you called Omo Ali, when we were all screaming that there are best brains in Yoruba land. Thiefnubu is not even anywhere near or close. But you called those Yorubas Omo Ali. You attacked them. They called Pastor Ruga, Ikene Shatabandu, Agbowori Baba Oja, and that is Oshubade. They called him a betrayer, Judas Iscariot, because he decided to run for the office of president by competing or contesting the APC ticket with the drug dealer, the Jaga bandit, the Jaga addict. These Agberos, these, Omo Alile Yorubas, they called Pastor Ruga a betrayer who betrayed his boss. Anyone who doesn't believe in Thiefnubu's political ideology for some reason is called Omo Ali. Now you have Nigeria now. You are the ones in charge of Nigeria. You have destroyed Nigeria beyond what majority actually felt like the lowest they could go under Bokohari. You've destroyed Nigeria beyond so much that everybody is coming for you. And suddenly, you are coming back to the people you called Omo Ali. And say, even if we don't support Thiefnubu, some of you are even saying, me, I don't even like Thiefnubu, but anybody that come for Yoruba, I will stand up and speak up. There's no point in standing up and speaking up. Ebito Mapai is already at the door. You understand that? The real Omo Alile Yoruba are those who didn't give a damn about education, who didn't give a damn about our healthcare. Today, Yorubas are backtracking, or so totally backtracked in education and other things, and development too. So to cover all of that, una one con they try gaslight. I mean, I've seen some of them say, I supported Obi, I supported Peter Obi. But these days, there are people are just coming to abuse Yoruba because of Thiefnubu. I'm not going to take it. I'm not going to let anybody abuse my tribe. Olori Buruku, you have already abused your tribe. The moment you supported the moment you choose is to side with a Thiefnubu, you are already an Omoali. So wishes won't change all of that. If Thiefnubu, if anything happens to him, whether he dies or he get lost or anything, and Shittiman become your president, what is the worst that can happen? Tell me. The Fulani terrorists who kill us, are they not killing you right now? Oh, the economy will be bad. Is your economy better now? So what exactly do you think you can gaslight the rest of Yorubas with so that they can begin to probably be on the side of Thiefnubu? Some are even saying, we will not take the same way they insulted the Fulanis under Bokohari. Everybody that tried to insult Yoruba because of this, nobody is insulting the Yorubas. You have already insulted us. The moment you decided that what Yorubas could have is a drug dealer, a drug addict, somebody that nobody knows his father, his mother, his roots, or anything about him. Nobody knows. And Yorubas are, we call ourselves Omo Klotingpe, Omo Nibiniran, where they say if you pull one, you are going to pull many. Because as a Yoruba, we are just like this needle. They always have a thread. Until Igbe Ragbichi, the drug addict, the drug dealer, decided to force himself on the rest of the contraption. Now they have it. And what is happening to that contraption right now? So if Shittiman is going to be your president, what is going to change in that? A lot of you will eventually come back. If your Thiefnubu get lost, right? You will suddenly probably want to have Yoruba nation then. We know your type. So yeah, the real Omoalis are the ones who are trying to kind of gaslight you simply because you are Yoruba. So everyone that is coming for Thiefnubu, they are changing that to they are coming for Yorubas. No, they are not. They are coming for you, the Ronukus. And the non-Yorubas are not the only people coming for you. The Omoko, Ile Yoruba, they are also coming for you. So there is no, you're not going to enjoy what the supposed Fulanis or the Hausas or the Muslims from northern Nigeria thought they enjoyed. Thought they gave to Bokohari to enjoy. You won't. You will meet your match. And as you are watching me now, if by any means somebody manages to convince you that Thiefnubu is a Yoruba, and therefore, whether he's doing good or bad, you must stand by him. And he must do his own 8 years like this woman. Don't worry. Okay? When the consequences of all of this, as it is already happening, when it starts consuming, it will consume you too, like the rest of them.
Níjọ́ táláyé ti dáyé ṣe rí ibi tí nǹkan ti lọ sókè tó ti wálẹ̀ rí. Ìgbà tí mò ń sọ fún yín gbà yẹn pé kẹ́ ẹ tẹ̀lé wa. Bàbá ló lè ṣe rí kó wálẹ̀. Ṣé bẹ́ẹ̀ tí rí kó ti wálẹ̀? A ṣẹ̀ṣẹ̀ bẹ̀rẹ̀ ní o. Àti ìjẹ́ o. Ìrọ̀rùn ló máa bọ́ dé. Àti ní kẹ́ ẹ fọkàn balẹ̀. Ẹ la fọkàn balẹ̀. Ọmọ olódò dẹ ló lè ṣe. Na don dey feel am, we don dey do am. Ṣebí ìwọ̀n òwe tẹ́ máa ń pa ni? Kò sí ká tó lọ sókè tó wálẹ̀, kò sí ká tó lọ sókè tó wálẹ̀, kò sí ká tó lọ sókè tó wálẹ̀. Ṣé tí pàwọ́ campaign fún yín? Àṣìṣe bàbá wa dẹ̀ ṣe bó ṣe sọ pé ó máa ṣe. Ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀, we just start o. Gbogbo ẹ̀ ló máa wálẹ̀, ẹ lọ fọkàn balẹ̀. Níjọ́ táláyé ti dáyé.
Ní ẹni òfò ní ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí. Ní ẹni òfò ní ẹ ṣòfò láyé ẹ tún ṣe lálìkìyàmà ẹ̀yin rádaràda wọ̀nyí.
If you are an Abobaku watching me, look at me very well. You are a keypad warrior, okay? There are sometimes that I can make you start typing. Yeah, you will be typing. One of them said, Thief Maiyegun, I don't thief anything from you. And whatever Thiefnubu is doing to the rest of your families in Nigeria, my family, myself, my family, we are never affected. I hope you are clear about that. And we will never be affected per se. Except for the physical one that if their terrorists manages to get to my village, to my town, and unleash their terror there. That's dreaded. I dread that though. When it comes to the destruction, where the supposed people they told, when they turn around and become, hey, being power, maybe you'll pay me. I tell you, right? Maybe you'll paru. We are more like more beyond that. Okay? But do you know why people like us always talk? It's because millions of lives that the likes of Thiefnubu, they are destroying, including their children. When they look around for those to take advantage of for their own survival, they will be looking for people like us, soft targets. And that is why we have to keep educating them. If you are angry with what your life has become, and you are looking for where to actually vent the anger, we can direct you to them. And face those who put you there. Maiyegun. I am kind of like a beyond. And it is gay. Nigeria touch more. Let's be very clear about that. Okay? I am not one of those who stole from you. I am not one of those who are kind of mortgaging your life and the future of your children. I am trying to save you. So it's Thiefnubu down leni. I go cook tomorrow morning. My family, they are going to be fine. If they sell your petroleum at 5,000 naira, my family will never have to beg before they can actually buy a liter or 1,000 liter. Do you know that? But the lives of those that the likes of Thiefnubu are destroying, they are those I dread. Because they will be looking for soft targets, people to blame, people to kill, so that they can survive. If they sell a bag of rice for 500,000 naira in Nigeria, my family will never have to sweat. We're not going to break a sweat to buy a bag of 10 bags. You know that? I know some of us here too, yeah? So if you want to abuse me, please get on with it quickly. Okay, before they send me the video of your decapitated body, or maybe your tied family member or so in the psychiatric ward where they have already run mad. You know, people send me a lot of videos all the time. What's going on in that contraption? Courtesy of the likes of Thiefnubu. You know, people they call that Koolu. If they sell a liter of petrol for 10,000 naira per liter in that your contraption, people like us won't break a sweat to pay for it. But there are so many of you that will die because they can't afford 5,000 naira medical bill. I pay bills of people in that contraption. Yeah, I have to kind of like cough out a lot of money every month. And give to people I don't know, I have never met, and I will never meet. Courtesy of the destruction that these guys have brought to Nigeria. So me onshento lebu. So Thiefnubu ma kukokudano. You mean anything? If shitty man is going to be your president, that's yours. I'm only just trying to kind of bring wake your consciousness. And see if somehow you can save yourselves and your generations too. What about your Koolu? I can always use you here to teach others and say, you know that the hospital that Thiefnubu came to in the UK, that is used your money, the money that your Thiefnubu will pay to them here. I will walk straight in and I'll be attended to. And I won't pay a dime. Think about that. And people like us want you to have similar kind of medical facilities in that contraption where you can walk in. I was like, we were having a chat. We were having a chat about my surgery. Now, in room now, I was just feeling, it's a room up. I see, that kind of like, I'm feeling like I got this. I don't know, maybe it's because of the food I had. I don't know. I'm feeling uncomfortable. Say, why don't you just go and see your doctor? Without you having to kind of probably lantern. Okay, I went to see my GP. The guy checked me. Do you feel pain there? Yeah, I feel pain here. Then I'm going to have to refer you to the hospital then, okay, to go and see the proper doctors so they can do the MRI scan. I was like, oh, what's that? Because they may need to, that may be an appendicity, so. And we need to find out. Say, okay, when? Now? Really? Oh, man, I don't think I have. No, you need to go now. They beg me. Now beg me to go hospital. Guess what? When they put me under that MRI scan, for about maybe 5 minutes or so, everything, all my body, everything, at the scan for screen. Every issue, every vein within my body, at the scan for screen. They checked everything. When we were having that chat with, when I was having that chat with a princess said, was it princess? No, I think it was African Wala. African Wala said, that MRI scan, that one is like a 300,000 naira. If they put you inside that, now just scan, no be treatment. For Nigeria, you could get like maybe 400,000 naira before they can even put. And there is no general hospital in Nigeria. That you can say actually have that. They will have to send you to a private hospital. And that private hospital, they will charge you about 500,000 naira just to get you under that. I got that for free because I live in a country that works. Where I work, pay taxes, and my taxes work for me. The same hospital where Thiefnubu had to fly from China, come UK. I think just enter my keke, ride my keke, enter hospital. And that's exactly what happened. I drove myself to the general hospital here. They did all of that, take tests, they said, we are going to have to. Then they brought all these experts. Baba, they brought experts to come and see me, to have a chat with me, tell me they told me everything they wanted to do. And I was just there like, oh, damn. So am I going to be here all day then? I said, I know if we have to do it, you can't go home, you have to stay. I didn't even have to worry about how much they will charge me because I don't have to. One feel like they're waiting me. I hear it tap out. Oh, and in Nigeria, if you don't go where you look for money for our agbo, you don't even know what is wrong with you. Your life is so miserable, so useless that some of you believe that you have spiritual problem. Everything is spiritual problem for you. You want me where they enjoy a better healthcare than your own politicians in Nigeria. I have access to better healthcare because I paid for it. You are living in a shithole. And I'm actually pointing out the criminals who put you in that hell. Who have me koroso. Beyond repair. And Shemeto, do you understand? We are not. And the effort to kind of to make you see through that you deserve better is why you are watching this program. It is not for you to come here and defend the people that have destroyed your lives. Make your life useless. A day after, even inside my old hospital where I did, they offer me food. Like, okay, I don't like their food because anything we don't get semo. I know they chop them. Where I don't too like anything we don't get semo, goat meat, shark meat, all those things. And my F4 or goosey and all of that. If you know day, now that one go be my own problem. If you put me anywhere and don't get access to Semo, now voila. Now at that time, I'm going to start get problem. So that's my life. I have a very good life. I am living a very, very good life. Because what you have in that contraption is what? You are so poor in that contraption that all you have is money. Money. So I'm not the type you can actually come to live so. If I need to perform heart surgery, me only no kobo, shishi me only no. They no go open GoFundMe for me. They no go they beg for me. Say, Joe, let us save the life of Maiyegun. I am so far gone beyond that. And when I now look back, those who deny you all of that, they are coming here to come and enjoy what me I work for. Aboti Bagbeni. Eh? What I work for is what your criminal leaders are coming here to enjoy. What if you call us? Eh? Because what you have in that contraption is what? Paper money. After that, income, spiritual problems. That's all you have. A dam that has been so mismanaged for years finally burst, killed so many people, displaced millions in Maiduguri. Some of you today are now probably praying to God to bring mercy. God have mercy. God come and help us in this country. Prayer. You are praying for things that are man-made problems. Don't be so. So you are the same thing. When I tell you that you actually deserve better, and those who are denying you that better are the ones that I'm talking about here. You load the phone. You loaded, you put a credit on your phone, and you are watching me right now. Defending your own oppressors. Beyond repair. That's why I have to tell you. It was like the same one when I saw where Iroboye of RCCG, that useless old man, demented one as well, that criminal, Adeboye, where he was like saying, IMF, I command the Naira Kugbera, and some of them were typing, amen, 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 that Naira should rise. IMF, Naira will rise again in Jesus' name. And they are typing amen. Amen. I say, Olushini, you type amen from Baju for 1 year. You this Maiyegun, watch your mouth. Watch your mouth. You better watch your mouth. You better not let God. Can you come? And there is no way to it. And Olori Bruku dere, you are not supposed to be living inside. Among the Olori race, that's the problem. Yeah? You, Nigeria, on type, you they abuse Maiyegun, you are abusing Maiyegun because of the people that put your life in this mess. Beyond anything. Your life has become so ruined and destroyed that you are actually wishing that a lot of us end up in your sorry state of existence. Yeah, you do wish. You will see. You will realize that you need to wash your mouth when you talk about men of God. That's Olori Burukuni. Just save. I want to let's save the ones who wanted to be saved. Because they need this. Without these messages of encouragement, enlightenment, I am telling you, the humanity is doomed in that contraption. Doomed. Every now and then people say they want it better. But some of you, they are caused slaves. You are comfortable in your chains. So comfortable. That is so irritating as well. Right? So if he dies here, Kilomashesi, nothing. Shitty man will become your president. And he will just have to accelerate your complete destruction. Who are you going to call on? God. Allah, Abiwu. Anyway, somebody said, the people responsible for the insecurity in Nigeria are the same people that are with Thiefnubu. Here you get now. And I agree. How could somebody who is a Patawale, the person that is sponsoring terrorism in Zamfara, is also your minister of defense? And you really don't see how messed up you've become. No, you don't. Right.
What's really going on? What's the major challenge with securing Zamfara State from bandits?
You see, that is what happened when you have sabotage in play. What is happening in Zamfara is a clear sabotage, because I want to assure you that there is the security situation in Zamfara is not as bad as last year, because a lot of bandits were neutralized in the past few months, and there are a lot of success stories. But you know, there are security situations that you don't come out with the public and the media and be explaining that this is what happened, this is what happened, this is because you will just preempt the effort of the security forces.
I need to be able to get that clarification from you, Mr. Idris. When you say sabotage from who?
Yes, from enemies of the state. There are people at the higher authority that are enemies of Zamfara State. They are just using the security situation to be playing politics, and we all know them. The president know them, and they are at the higher level of authority, but they are playing politics with this because they all they're after is to tarnish the image of the state governor.
I mean, when you say places of high authority, I mean, forgive my curiosity. But when you say people in the higher levels of government, you say you know them. Are there names that you can give, or are there people that we know? You said the president knows them.
I can't be mentioning names, but what I want to assure you is that these are people that are playing politics because they don't want to see the end of banditry in Zamfara State. All they want to see is to be pushing blame. The state governor, it is itching them that the governor is doing a lot of things that previous administrations couldn't do, but the governor has achieved that in just a period of 1 year. You have been recording our live coverages all this while. Within a year, I think we commissioned over 30 projects, major projects, not just Megami live. All the stations have been covering the live events. So these are the things that are disturbing some of these politicians, that they want to be playing politics with the lives of people. They want to be saying, just imagine that letter, the forged document. It's just a clear handwork of these politicians that they're just after sabotaging the image of the state government. So no need to mention names, but definitely we have them, we know them, the president know them, the federal government know them, they are part of the federal government. These politicians are the ones behind all this sabotage.
You're making very strong allegations here. The government knows them, the federal government knows them. These are really strong allegations, and I do hope you know that you have to own your words.
Yes.
Well, besides all of this, some will say that at the grassroots, security begins from the grassroots. And we do know that there was a time when the state government, when the Zamfara government came up with a security watch, a local security watch. What's the status of that right now?
Protection guards.
Yes.
Community protection guards.
What's the status right now?
Yeah, the status, this community protection guards is still in operation because we have them. They were deployed across the local governments. That was the initial plan, to deploy them after training, to deploy them to the 14 local governments, because these are people that understand the terrain. They were sourced from the local governments, from their villages, from their towns. So they understand the terrain better than the security forces. So what this community protection guard do is when there is an incident, a report of maybe an incident in a locality, they quickly.
It is so unbelievable. Like, how do you even end terrorism when the people who are supposed to end the terrorism, who have all the resources and all that, are the ones behind terrorism? How do you end something that those who claim to be trying to end it are the ones behind it? How do you end that? That's how messed up that contraption is. But they said they recorded the success yesterday when they got this guy. So they said this Bozu Abina Bozu guy, I'm trying to get his name right. Bozu Abimuzu. This one are the Bello Turuji's boss, according to their report from Nigeria. Okay, his name is Kachala Buzu, right? He made a video yesterday or 2 days ago where he told Bello Turuji and others that it is time for them to stop killing civilians. They should now start killing soldiers. Then yesterday, it got neutralized, killed by the Nigerian army. So they claim to have neutralized him and killed him, right? And therefore, they said that Bello Turuji's days are also numbered. They're very soon. But these are actually like guys armed, funded by Bello Patawale, the Nigeria Minister of State for Defense. There's been so many evidence against him around that, right? They put them together, use them to wreak the havoc, loot all the resources they want to loot. And when they feel convenient, they could take any of them out, just so that they can give themselves some well done, pat on the back. But the terrorism continues. And the victims, they continue to pile up. How do you kind of live like that? You know? So yeah, that's a Kachala Buzu, as announced by the Nigerian criminal government, army. And I hope they get to Ruji too. Okay, I actually really do hope they go after the people themselves, the terrorist network that they built. And once they start running out of agreement with some of them, because you know what, why you can't really rely much on this is that as they are taking one out, they've created maybe about 10 of them, 10 others to replace them. All they have to do is just tell them what they want them to do, where they want them to go, and that's it. And if they want to give the media something, they can go on and kill one and show it to all of you and say, yeah, we just killed one. We told you the terrorism is coming to an end. No, it's not. Because the real genesis of the terrorism is that the access or the illegal mining of Nigerian resources, which the proceed ends in the private pocket of these criminals, politicians in public office. I saw where they were throwing bread at the victims of the flooding. I don't know if you have seen this. I saw that earlier. We're talking about the Alu dam that burst in Maiduguri. People have started donating a lot of money to Zulum. It's making a kill right now. Even Dangote just donated 1.5 billion towards the victims of. Out of 1.5 billion, Papa. I want you to follow you.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò.
That's how they treat them. Yeah, did you see where they flung in the bread inside the flood water, and the people are swimming to go and grab the bread? That's how they treat them. And the way that they treat like that, and them they will buy data and come on to MaiyegunSDiary, Politico, and say, "Shut up your mouth! Don't talk to our leader like that." I say, "Oh, yeah, you love them, don't you? We respect our leaders. Don't you have respect for your leaders? Yeah, why won't you? I am not a mental slave. You know, I am not one of those captured. And I therefore have no respect for your criminal leaders. So deal with it." Yeah. Somebody said, "Oh, I just read it on Facebook." Somebody said that, "Where are you? That you are speaking or you're talking with so much confidence." See, a typical Nigerian who is watching me from Nigeria right now is wondering, how could this guy be talking like this? This guy get confidence. So, who told you that I have confidence? This is not about confidence or something. Whether you talk, you go die. If you don't talk, you go die. How about you just talk, stay your own, then die? I don't want to die. I don't want to die. I don't want to die. But you are being killed. You are being killed by the policies of these criminals. If you are not killed yet, because what some of you actually call being killed, sometimes it's just the physical one. Because the moment they just that's it. So you're gonna be sad if you get killed, right? That's why you don't want to be killed. People like us have already defeated death because we have understood the meaning of death. Okay? A lot of you are already dead, even though you are still physically here. We call you the walking corpses who live through their own fear, and your fear has gotten so much hold of you that you are not different from a dead person, so to say. So why are you so worried about being dead? Because you want to speak your mind, or you want to stand up to those who have kept you down for so long? Why are you so worried about dying? Why are you so scared? At least you won't know anything if you are dead. When you are dead, you won't know anything. See, as I'm seated here right now, if somebody walk into my studio and point a gun at my head, I won't beg you. Why should I have to actually beg? What would that change? Oh, maybe it's for you to change your mind. Right? Okay. Then I'll start crying. "Please don't kill me. I'm going to feel sad when I get killed. I'm going to feel bad. I'm going to be sad." No, I won't. Once you are dead, you are dead. You are gone. And people will come see you, go see you. The kneeling down of a mother. Oh, Ikunle abiyamo. Look at this young man. They blew his head off. Oh my God. Oh yeah. But you don't die. You don't go. You don't go. You don't know anything. You don't see anything anymore. So why are you worried of what they're going to do to you? And therefore, you would rather just die in your fear. And then, but you are still going to be physically here, living in that fear. I'm not stupid enough to kind of go and buy myself a ticket and jump into the plane and go to that contraption so that I can give these murderers, give these murderers the satisfaction of laying their hands on me. No, they can't they can't touch this tiny hair in my head. Your criminal leaders can't touch it tiny. This hair in my head, they can't touch it. I won't give them that satisfaction. But when it comes to dying, The ideal thing for you is to make sure that you live first. At least try and live. When I say live, that is exist first, live. Speak your mind, do everything you want to do. Do all you want to do. Take risk and do all of that. Do everything you want to do in life. You know? Before you can start thinking of death. But you are living in a contraption whereby they continue to intimidate you. Make you feel like if you don't watch your mouth, will kill you. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. I don't want to die young like Agbaluma. I don't want to die young like Agbaluma. Therefore, you are living your life in that shadow of death. So majority of you are already dead. In that contraption, you are dead. You're just walking. That gives these guys the leverage to make themselves feel like they have power over you. Nobody has any power over me. In that regard, you are living in a place where human life means nothing. How about you try and live first? You have no control over that, right? Whether you are going to die young or you want to die old. Sometimes I ask people, how could you be living in Nigeria under this kind of criminals and conditions, and then you still want to live long? Is that a flex? Like, how could anyone witnessing what these guys have done to Nigerians be easily kind of like scared of dying? Like, people used to send me such messages. When I say things sometimes, people will be like, Maiyegun. And I'm like, why the shit line obey? So why? What? Are you scared? I'm scared for you. I mean, I'm scared on your behalf. So why? That thing you just said right now, that thing is big. You are going to make some powerful people angry. You are saying, okay, so what are they going to do? When they become angry, they can do anything. Another one said, because of Adeboye, some of you don't even know that. Sometimes, right, I actually do just want to provoke you so that I can see the reaction of Nigerians. Yeah? When you go out there and say, Oyedepo this, Iroboye this, RCCG, hell, your pastors, criminals. Me, I know they hear. Another person will say, me, I don't even know what to comment because I don't want any wrath of God on my head. How can you live your life like that? How? The wrath of God that often scare, the one they are using to scare you, it doesn't even exist. It doesn't make any sense than the wrath of bad governance, the wrath of a horrible failed country. That one is more quick. Kia God. That one is a kia God. The rest is just this fear. If somebody said, if I curse you, I will curse your generation. I say, okay, go ahead. What does that mean? If I curse you, I say, okay, curse me. You can curse me. I'll curse you. What will happen? If I curse you, what would happen? So they make all of you live in that kind of fear. The fear of unknown. You don't want to die on top of Okada. Share country better. You enter Okada without helmets, right? Country better. You are afraid to die of accident because somebody will curse you. And the people where they drink blood on your terrible roads, they will just look at it and say, see that see that fine car coming. They say, yes, Aje. Mommy Aje, say, son Aje, be daughter Aje. I am thirsty, ma. Say, will you drink some blood? I say, yes, ma, I want to drink some blood. They say, okay, let's go to Shagamu Bini Expressway. Let's go and look for some blood to drink. And they just say, and then your own Prado Jeep, you could just come assault. Mama and Papa Pekin, they could just come bring straw. Come they drink your blood, accident blood. Mommy, thank you. Abi, is that not how they program your brains? Maiyegun, there are evil people. There are evil people. Yeah, evil people that always want to kill people. They've messed up with your brains. You live your life in fear to the point that you ignore the obvious reasons why a lot of you will never, ever actually live long. Look at the danger that lurks around you every now and then. Just look around you, where everything in that contraption is actually meant to kill you. But no, those physical things that are meant to kill you, they can't kill you if the spiritual people don't want to drink your blood. So you see all this kind of messed up existence, the failure of those who are destroyed Nigeria, underdeveloped Nigeria, then subjected you to a life of fear forever. And you are projecting that on a lot of people. Projecting that. Adeboye, if I call Adeboye Oniro, graduate. Maiyegun. God will forgive you. I will be praying for you, Maiyegun. Okay, thank you, ma. Pray for me. So that the God of Adeboye, Iroboye, and the rest of them, they won't just come and drink my blood whenever they are thirsty, right? To prove it's so crazy and annoying. And I really don't want our young people to fall into this same entrapment. An entrapment of mental slavery. The ones that make you ignore the obvious, what is actually going to kill you, to other things that you can imagine. Spiritual this, spiritual that. Some will even come and explain to me. I've told you this many times. Don't worry about me. You should worry about yourselves and the danger created by these criminals in Nigeria. They are enough to kill you, finish you. Let me worry about my own, my own life. Because you know something, if all of us begin to kind of get serious, there's a chance that you will live long. Because in that contraption, even the witches, the wizards, they are all being scammed by your criminal politicians, unfortunately. So I saw that somewhere where somebody said that they will be praying for me. Don't pray for me, not to what? For the evil people, evil people. Evil people that cannot go after your criminal politicians. You created this myth in your brain, in your head, and you are projecting it on everyone simply because they have made sure that you are never going to have a life. You see educated people, they are so worried. Rich, some of them rich people, they are so worried about what evil people will do to them. They didn't know that the economic policies of criminal politicians are enough to make you poor, destroy everything you have worked for in your life. But they are already praying to God to keep the evil eyes from their business. They are praying for evil spirit to not ruin them. But they are supporting the politicians, the criminal politicians, who actually have the capacity to destroy your lives by their policies, with their policies. I am interested in these criminals. I'm not interested in all your projections. Because even in Yaje, you're going to need the medical treatment. You know that you're in Yaje. They need medical care. Not in that contraption. Somebody told me that. Witch, they say witch, the witch, they run for kidnapper. Kidnappers who kidnap pastor, kidnap imam, kidnap babalawo, kidnap mamalawo, kidnap the witches, kidnap the wizards. Everybody go pay ransom. And yet you still think your problem in that contraption is spiritual and death. I don't want to die. Yet you are dying. A lot of you are dying. And then the chancers are chancing you too, because you make it so easy for them to do. Right?
Do you know you can be making $1,000 to $2,000 every month with just your smartphone by simply not doing much? You are not going to be doing anything much. Just with your smartphone, you can be making $1,000 to $2,000 every blessed month. Take me for instance, I make up to $5,000 every month. I know they see this kind of content again. Or you know too much again. Before now, last year, now the whole content went through online. Do you know you can be making $2,000? I make $10,000 every month. I make $1 million every year. Why? Because that time it was so hard to detect person way hungry they catch. Now you don't feel like such lie. Now if you tell person say, do you know that I make $2,000? They will first beg you. Because then people they see small money, they just want to upgrade. Now people know they see at all. But now if you just come out talk say I make $5,000 every month, the next comment where you go get for your comment section now, brother, do give away now. You when they make $2,000, $5,000 every month, they tell you when you do give away of 2,000, you begin the dodge. It simply means you know they make up. And that's, do you know you can make $2,000 every month? They will end up, if you're interested, chat me on my DM. You can't chat them, you go here, just with the registration of 2,000 naira. Then and then, you don't feel like such lie again. If you don't make it, they go beg you for money first. Now this administration don't use hunger. You don't go even get such strength to make such a when hunger they beat you. When they find helper. You mean now when federal government won't use rice finish everybody. You don't notice say anything will happen for Nigeria, they will use rice compensate you. Victim of this, they give you rice. We have bad road, they give you rice. National grid fall. Nigeria know they get light, they go dash rice. Now they hear say that the vice president Shetima won't give victim of floods 50 bags of rice, 50 troughs of rice. I can't wonder. Okay, the rice now. You don't use rice everybody. By next year, if they see Nigerians going to look like rice. In fact, by 2030, you can simply put stew on person body, Nigerian body, chop up. People talk say they don't remove everything. Remove subsidy for fuel, remove subsidy for electricity. People say very soon now, if they have the opportunity, then go begin the charge us for breathing. And these people feel charge us for breathing. They say you have breathed too much. If they will say all these people when they breathe anyhow, they will come better. We are coming for you. You know you can make $5,000 every month. You know they.
My guy. I love the guy die. Seriously, Mr. For funny or Mr. Funny, I they owe you money. One of these days, I go reach out to him and I'll say, Baba, you they give me joy. You know why? He is a kind of comedian that passes messages based on the socio-political happenings, right? You may laugh, but you will still get the message and say, man, he don't read you. So I respect him a lot, and I actually really admire him as well. I admire his craft. And then, yeah, one of these days I'm going to reach out, like for real. We can go like reach out. And if he by any chance comes to the UK, it's so funny. If he by any chance come to the UK, right, I will spend and drive down to wherever he is and go shake his hand and say, good job, man. Your content is the type that even though people want to kind of laugh off every situation they are facing in Nigeria right now, right? But still, they deserve to know, and then politically awakening their consciousness. That's the kind of good content there. Bless him. I've got a few others, but I want to take calls. So maybe I should even give a chance to those of you who have one or two things to say to me directly, especially if you have one or two things to say in defense of these criminals of yours. The number to call is right there on your screen. It's WhatsApp only, WhatsApp call only, right? Please make use of it. Call through and can't say it to my face. Don't be a keypad warrior. I be the younger, don't hold you too much. If you say to even make a WhatsApp call. Now war. I don't think so. Right? I'm going to leave on like that for now. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Wait, what will you call this though? I think I should show you this one before I take calls, okay? This one, that the hunger, the poverty in the land is so much that Asari Doku Pig, Doku Dump, has its own militia inside Nigeria, papa, male, female, they shave their head. I've been at my eyes, they pay me, ni. At my eyes, they pay me, ni. Person will look disabled. Somebody that cannot really stand on his own for more than 2 minutes without sitting back or using his wheelchair is raising a militia that he is selling. According to people who told me, they said he is selling them to the highest bidder, especially in the eastern part of Nigeria. The unknown gunmen, known men. Asari Doku Dump.
You hear me? Yes, if anybody tell you say you go stay for Rivers State, tell them say Rivers State. There's somebody where they punch. Service state, yeah. Nobody. You don't take your training serious. You are running up and down, you think that you can go there. In Nigeria, we have fought and fought and fought. Everywhere that people have run away, we are going to occupy it. One single mistake, some bandits came that they have surrendered. That they've surrendered and they've repented. They now put them inside our camp. They wake up in the afternoon and went and shot people in their homes where they were sleeping. Meanwhile, they don't contact their men, make them come. It was a bloody battle for about 2 days. We lost 6 men. And had 20-something people injured. You have to be careful. We have rules, you have to pay our rules. Maybe they are not telling you. Maybe there are some people who collected money from you to come here. We don't collect money from anybody. If anybody collects money from you for you to come here, go catch and collect their money back. You hear me? Yes, sir! Important to SFM. That person has two. Anybody waiting for kids, as you come, we collect money for your hand before.
Nigeria to finish, isn't it? I just thought I should show you that one, that as you are battling some terrorists today, there are others that are being recruited as a private militia by a former Niger Delta terrorist called militant or militant leader, Asari Dokudumb. It is all happening in that contraption. Nigeria at the finish is, it's not an exaggeration. I'll go take my small break. I will be back. Thank you so much, Art, Godson. That's very kind of you. Thank you. You are far too kind to others, right? If you have to go, because tomorrow is weekend, so everybody should still stay. Or you working tomorrow? I don't think so. But I will be back in a minute or two. I'll just stretch my body, drink tea. And when I come back, I will take calls. Then we'll go on from there. But like this broadcast, if you have to leave, share it if you haven't. Or if you don't want to live, if you are not living yet, grab your phone and call in. I will be back. You they speak it, don't go. Welcome back. And I have my first caller this evening, and that will be hello.
Hello, Maiyegun General. Good evening to you. This is the African Wahala.
You, Baba. Prince Adewale, the African Wahala. How are you, sir?
I'm doing very well. Thank you for that introduction.
It's really good to hear from you again, by the way, because now this is you back to base, and it's been a while. So yeah. Thanks so much for joining us this evening.
Yeah, thank you. I thought I called in just to thank you for the program, for not giving up. I'll be honest, I think a lot of us, the gas in our body has diminished at this point. A lot of us are just watching, and sometimes we get inspired, but people have lost hope, man. That's what I can say. A lot of people have lost hope.
I can imagine.
But it is what it is. Yeah. Hopefully the younger people especially the younger people, they need to listen to these messages so that they can not fall into the same trap that a lot of people from our group, our generations, and the older generations fell into, especially the mind control, the fear, the inability to think for your own self. Even educated people, for the most part, is people that lack education, that don't have the ability to think for themselves, that enjoy being followers. But in Nigeria, because of many other factors that I'm going to get into shortly, even educated people are trapped in a mindset that is just messed up. Let me start with this Thiefnubu guy. Do you know one of our prominent members in the Temple of Truth? I'm not going to mention his name. He had a baby in August 28th. August 28th, that was last month.
Right.
At the same hospital that Koolu was today.
St. Mary's, yeah?
Yes, he had a beautiful baby girl. You know the person I'm talking about, because he didn't tell me to say it out in public. That's why I'm not mentioning his name. He was lost there for 3 days.
Well, good to actually hear, no, but yeah, it's a luxury for them in Nigeria to hear that ordinary people actually going to that St. Mary's. Ordinary people, walk in, if you have an appointment there, you go in there. Like everyone else.
Maiyegun, this our guy had a beautiful daughter. He was there for 3 days, because I believe it might have been cesarean session. He was there for 3 days, getting the best treatment. When they got back to their base, they got after home care, nurses coming to visit them at home, and he paid £0. £0. Now, this is the same hospital that when Thiefnubu comes to every single day, trust me, this guy is spending tens of thousands of pounds per day. Yeah. So when Maiyegun calls the Abobakus or anybody that chooses to worship all these criminals, when he calls you a blatant fool, an absolute moron, you deserve to be called that name, because if you are struggling to get medical treatment in Luth, in National Hospital, Abuja, in all those other garbage hospitals littered across the country, and you have no access to nothing, MRI is costing you 300,000 naira. There are all the doctors. A doctor has to attend to 5,000 patients, and you are supporting a criminal that met a system where his predecessor, Buhari, did the same thing. Went to London multiple times, spent millions of pounds on medical situation, and now he's doing the same thing, and you still choose to support him. You're an absolute fool. But let me I don't want to take too much time. I need to quickly summarize some reasons why why a lot of our people, unfortunately, are trapped in a mental space, in a cube. They just can't think outside the box. No matter how educated they are afraid. They can't even criticize their religious leaders that blatantly steal their money. They are afraid. They say, why do you talk this way?
The way they open their mouth, Africa Wala. When you say something, say, as if to say the whole world is going to swallow. Like, why did you say that? Say, shut up, close it.
But Maiyegun, most people love being followers. Unfortunately, it's the human psychology, and the vast majority of human beings will rather be followers during their lifetimes than to become leaders. It's difficult being a leader, so it's understandable if an average person wants to be a follower. I get it. But even within you being a follower, you should have the ability to reject some things. And some of the reasons why people choose to stay within the safe space of being followers and being afraid to say the truth is because they just find a sense of security if they are controlled or if they are provided for by someone else. It's unfortunate. Now, in a Nigerian context where, and I'm so sorry I'm taking so much time because I feel like I'm shooting way beyond my time. In a Nigerian context where it's unfortunate, but the people that you are giving the power to control your lives, they are criminals. And no matter how much we say it, some of you will never listen. You believe that they are the right people for you. But unfortunately, that's all it is. You have to deal with that situation. But you guys in large numbers are also affecting us negatively.
Yes.
A lot of people also, they like being followers because they like avoiding responsibility. They just don't want to they don't want to be responsible for. Yeah, they would just rather give that responsibility to someone else. And a lot of people lack confidence. They have low self-esteem. The poverty in the society has made these people not even believe in themselves. They see the son of an El Rufai, a common thug, and they worship him because the guy drives a Benz. Because this guy drives a Mercedes Benz, they're like, I want to have money like Thiefnubu. It's unfortunate, but that's just the unfortunate situation of our country. And I hope people can pay attention to some of these things when you catch yourself implementing it in your lives. Try and consciously reverse that. And that's all I'm going to say, so I don't take too much time. Thank you so much, Maiyegun, for the time.
I appreciate that too, right, man? You have a good one, okay? The African
And you too.
Wahala. I have another caller here. Hello.
Hey, Maiyegun. Good evening.
Hello, sir. Is that talk? I mean, talks.
Alatokuma speaking.
Fantastic. You haven't changed your DP, so it makes it easier for me then, Baba. How are you?
I won't change you. You know, I really didn't change my DP because of you. Because every time I get a show, I'm a major.
I like that.
Yeah, I'm a major regular, and I've seen you. And you've actually not complained or moaned about it. But when DPs change, you think, oh, who is that person? I say no.
And sometimes when you call in that way, and you're like, do you know who is talking? I'm like, I don't. I'm sorry. And like, oh, it's Olatokunba. Oh, yeah. Now I do. How are you doing, Shababa? It's good to hear from you.
I'm fine. To be honest with you, I actually came back from that contraption last week.
How was it?
And I was there for about 4 weeks or 5 weeks.
Oh.
Maiyegun, to be honest with you, people are suffering. It's unbelievable. I mean, I didn't join the show from the beginning. I joined it a bit late, and I think I joined when you're talking about Shetima going to Borno State and everything. Look, Maiyegun, the truth of the matter is that country is not a country anymore. And I tell people that the one mistake that the president made was subsidy is gone. You don't do that when you have no cabinet, no ministers, no advisors, no nothing. He was off script on there, and that's what we're in Nigeria today. I was buying petrol at 920 naira per liter. It's unheard of. I've said this before, I will say it again. Our problem in Nigeria is local. It's not to do with currency conversion. It's nothing to do with that. If you drop the price of fuel to 100 or 200 naira per liter, price of food will drop, people will be happy. But you see, when people are so greedy,
that same day they make the announcement, right? In another 24 hours, food prices will drop by more than 50%, guaranteed.
Maiyegun, the woman, the farmer bringing her tomatoes from Osun State to, let's say, Ibadan or whatever, the price of fuel drops, it will drop. Everything drops from there. Our problem is local. We have what they call food crops and cash crops. Cash crops is what we send out to sell after we've had our fill. We don't have that anymore. People are conservative. I said, Gary, I went to the market just to see, okay, Maiyegun talks on the show and everything. Okay, let me walk into the market in my locality and see a small basket of pepper, 500 naira. When I was now buying stuff, they were looking like, who is this person? Emily. I was buying. Maiyegun, people are suffering. People are literally suffering. I saw it firsthand. I came back last week. Maiyegun, people are suffering. And let me tell you something, Maiyegun.
I'm also so afraid as well to even kind of speak out, talk less of standing up.
Maiyegun, the blowback on this is coming very soon. Thiefnubu cannot do the second term. Let's just cancel it out. It's not good the second term. But let me tell you, the blowback when it comes, Maiyegun, I'm telling you, everything you said is going to come to pass. I don't know how you did it, or whether you have a crystal ball somewhere, but everything you said is going to come to pass. I will never forget the time that I went to Princess and one or two other people to schools in Ogun State, and I saw children suffering.
And this was like about 2 years ago. Imagine what it is going to be like now, sending our people again.
I don't even want to even think or even project my mind that far. I will say to you today, what I saw then, it broke my heart so much that I wish I could win the lottery tonight and say, you know what, Ogun State, where I'm from, let me take over Ogun State. Let us make these children better. Because when you look at it, there are a lot of children, they have massive aspiration. massive thoughts for their own future, but they don't have the equipment and the quality of life to make it better. I told somebody today here when I was at work, I said, look, everything people are praying for in Nigeria, it comes to pass the day you step in the UK here. Legitimately, you come here legitimately. You have good roads, you have electricity 24/7. If you charge your lights, now you go down. Healthcare. If somebody has accident today, God forbid, even is illegitimately been in this country, they will take care of him. That's what they call duty of care. Take care of that person, make sure he's alive, bill him after the fact. But in Nigeria, I lost a friend a couple of years ago, had a heart attack.
Wow.
I didn't really mean very well.
I'm so sorry, man.
3 hospitals in Lekki there they went to, they refused this guy. Ordinary CPR they can't do. But here they teach CPR every single day. Every train station, every hospital, every restaurant, every bar has got a defibrillator. We don't get for Nigeria.
None, Baba. Defibrillator. I mean, I never knew how important that thing is, Baba, until I read somewhere that it's almost like non-existent in Nigeria. And it's so
it's not Maiyegun, even if it's existent in Nigeria, can they manage it? You have to change the battery and the parts for the chest every 2 years. On law, forget it. Based on law, every 2 years, change it every 2 years. But in Nigeria, mismanagement. We have no management regime in that country. Look at that dam that broke. I was on your last show and I said, Maiyegun Maiyegun. I went to do research. What Maiyegun said is true. How do this happen? That guy that was standing by the dam there and the water was spewing out. I had a friend in Lagos and he has a fish farm. I don't say the area because I know who is talking. All of a sudden, they released the dam in Ogun State without telling these guys. And he flooded these guys' dam. How do people do this? How do people do this? Dam, Daddy. Oh my God, I don't know how you do it.
And all that. Talks. Thank you very much, right?
I don't know how you do it. I don't know what you do, but what you're doing is real. I felt the impact when I went home of recent. All I want to say is just thank you and thank everybody on this platform. Please share this video. Like this video. If you don't abuse Maiyegun, you can see. Free of charge, unlimited internet. I know they buy data, unlimited.
Maiyegun,
thank you so much. God bless you, brother.
And welcome back.
And blessings to the family. Thank you.
Say me well to everybody there too. Now that's that. Talking about that dam, I have another caller on the line, right? But I kind of I'm trying to bring up the picture of from the dam on our screen. But while I take this call, right, I'll do just that. Hello there.
Hello dear, Baba.
Martinelli.
How far, Baba?
I just how you doing?
Baba, we are good day fine though. I did can't I stand giddy, but no shaking, Baba.
See trouble. Koolu is here, and right now we have Bokohari.
I don't know why. I don't know why these people, why be say when it be say I did for that party thing, 9 days or Lori Buruku come they come a week later. I had my baby there. Now me African one they talk about. I was there just 2 weeks ago. I had my daughter there.
Do you want the baby?
Yeah.
Sorry, give me a sec. Sorry, what? I think I just mixed something up there. Martinelli.
That's all right.
Yeah. Congratulations, man.
Thanks, Baba. Thanks. So I was there, and I'm seeing some people, they are saying, yeah, it's free now, but it's a lifetime of tax and NI. But do you also realize that there are people in this country who don't work and who don't pay taxes, but they get the same benefit that people who pay taxes and who work get? Like, it's called socialism. Everybody, me, you bring your own come, everybody will join it together, and everybody will chop. That's how they do it. That's how you run an economy.
That's right.
You know, you use different, a little bit of capitalism, a little bit of socialism, a little bit of everything. You mix it together to make the economy work. If you get you run the society, you make it to be fair for everybody. But some people don't understand. Like, I was talking about that same parenting. When I was there in St. Mary's, that Lindo wing that Koolu went to is the same wing that when the Charles and when all these royal families,
when they had their kids, right?
That's where. But guess what? The nurses that attended to me, that attended to my family,
yes,
they told me, they said that wing, it's not upgraded. It's not like it's not as standard as the wing that we're in, because the wing is not for general, it's not for the general public and what people like who pay taxes go to. It's for people who don't pay taxes. Wow. Like the royal family don't pay taxes. So that's where they use. So those when they pay taxes, their facility no better reach me where they use taxes, where they pay taxes. That's what the nurses said. The nurses said they prefer to work. I had my baby in the Cambridge wing. I don't know. Somebody had, I think Miss Flora says she's worked there, so she know the Cambridge wing. That's where I had my baby.
It's amazing. So Lady Flora, she said something about that same wing as well, yeah?
She worked there. So she
works there.
Yeah, she was there for 22 years, so she knows exactly what I'm talking about.
Wow.
Bro.
Sir.
I can't begin to explain. When I was there, I called one tremper and I was showing him the video. I video call one tremper. Even one tremper went there for Yankee, they jealous me. Say, kilo say, your own say, I don't want Yankee to jealous me. Say, bro, I'm not patient buying.
You don't have to. You know what I mean? When we had our second child here, right? Yewande, okay? It happens to be when they have upgraded we used to call it a Southern General Hospital, okay? Then we changed it to Queen Elizabeth Hospital. Hospital, right?
Yeah.
It's one of the top best hospitals in the entire Europe. In case if you have, I'm not sure if it's even not pretty much like sort of a bigger or better than St. Mary's, right? Here in Glasgow here, when they did the upgrade, right? They had to measure it with that of other top European hospitals. Okay?
Hospitals, yeah.
But when we had my daughter, right? What he give
What he get kuro.
And we are still talking.
Bro, I mentioned one thing to you here the first time. The first time I called you, I said one thing. I said, no matter how much the bee try to explain to the fly that polling is better than shit, Baba, you see what you are saying now, Baba?
Yeah.
I promise you, if Baba continue explaining for the next 6 hours, Baba, some people they not go see understand.
I didn't want to why don't you bring that back to Nigeria and do
you understand? Somebody is saying, I'm paying taxes. It's a lifetime of
build the biggest hospital now. Are you normal? We are talking about Koolu. The people who have the capacity to build it, and you are condemning me for calling them out. Now you are asking me to come and build the same thing.
Maiyegun, as I'm talking to you right now, my daughter is in the hospital again. We had the little scare a couple of days ago, so she's been at the hospital for like 5 days now.
Yes, sir.
She's okay. There's nothing wrong with her. She's okay. She's under observation.
Like after
she's
care.
Yeah, so after care, so we had the scare. She had a little cut under her armpit, so we took her to the hospital and they said, you know what, we don't want, but nothing to do my picking. No, there's nothing wrong with her. She's been on obs for 5 days at Brighton Hospital, because that's where my partner's family live. They live in Brighton, so we went to visit them when we noticed. Baba, Brighton, Baba, Baba, it was 12-story building hospital. They built, because the hospital is from the top of the hospital. You'll be overlooking Brighton.
The entire
Baba, they built the hospital. As in the concept. They are expanding it. They are doing some 1 or 2 expansion. Apparently, they are trying to make it look like a ship, so that when you are on the sea and you are looking at the land, you'll be seeing it will look like a ship. I don't, Baba.
Wow.
But I say when I look at the hospital, it remains for me. I begin to cry like to you all long. Now, bro, like how you
go hate those criminals destroying Nigeria?
So, tell me now, how do you begin to explain that to people? How do you explain?
Where do you even start from?
Where do you begin? Where do you
sometimes you actually need to experience it.
How?
You need them to experience it.
Yeah.
Before you can even say anything. Or else, where do you want to start from?
You can't explain to people. And that's why I say, well, now Nasabio, if not like, the only thing is say, I will continue talking, I will continue trying to explain to you, but I know say you don't go understand. But while I tell you don't go understand. You can never get it. See, Koolu, come on, St. Mary's maybe say me a day for how many days? In fact, I discharged myself because we have to go home, go to the hospital to soon be my house, better password. I said, make I go out. And they said, no, stay, make observe, don't worry. Come. Said, the nurse came to my house. The nurse came to my house to come and do the same thing.
Now, she started nursery now, right? Yesterday, the health worker was still in our house, right? They are there checking. They are checking her speech. Why?
How do you explain that to somebody in Nigeria? What does Nigeria?
Where I sit down at the para. What is this girl doing in my house? Discussing why is my daughter is not talking so clearly. Why are you here?
Yeah.
And they are still there checking on her.
That's it, bro. So, Maiyegun, please, how do you explain this one? Even a multi-millionaire in Nigeria, how do you explain this? Even a big Cubana said, with all the millions and millions, you cannot understand. They don't get it. So that's why, people like us, we continue thanking you, we continue saying, Baba, God bless you. Even in your own downtime, like that they are supposed to be recovering. Baba, as you come back, no day happy. I started to take at least like a few days off, like relax. But
when they were clinically, I was so good.
I know.
But if I choose to want to stay, it's up to me. And I said, no, I'm not staying,
And that's it. That's it. That's it. Like they'll give you all the options. Like you and doctor, when I go stand, when I go they talk, they will give you your options and they'll tell you this is okay. Nothing do you. You can go home and you use your medication, but we would like you to stay here.
It's up to you.
We'll let you can observe. Baba is 3 square meters and snack in between. Baba,
and the politicians come here to come and use that same our NHS here. And we never tell the people that you deserve the same thing.
When I saw your
all these hospitals, if they use £1 billion, they can build something close to that St. Mary's Hospital.
Baba,
in Nigeria.
The amount of money that they used to build St. Mary's Hospital, go online now. It's not up to the money that
break your heart most.
You know, reach the amount of money where you have don't thief.
They thief. And that will break your heart most.
Baba, I say when Brighton Hospital, Baba, that is not the best hospital in UK. Brighton Hospital is not the best. Baba, I look at the hospital, Baba, 14-story building. Baba, my heart sunk. Because I sat down, I thought to myself, like, I don't think something like this exists in the whole of Africa, as big as Africa. I highly doubt it. Baba, you will be driving for minutes, I won't say hours. You are my one more to Lobai.
You are still within military.
You are still inside the hospital, Baba. Inside hospital.
Ambulance go take it from one building, then they take it to another one. It go be like saying you travel.
God. Bro. I say I even called somebody in America. I'm showing him and he's looking like
that's all America.
Somebody for Yankee, they jealous me when they UK. And then Maiyegun, you want to explain to somebody in Nigeria, but they don't go understand now. They don't go. But you keep trying, and we hope one day. Thank you
so much, Martinelli. Baba,
thank you very much, Maiyegun. God bless you, Baba.
And then say me well to Boko, by the way.
Baba, did he hear you right now? Thank you very much,
God bless you, sir. Thank you so much as well. That's Martinelli, ladies and gentlemen. I have another caller on the line, and here we go. Hello there.
The general, Maiyegun, the general.
CA, my own person from Atlanta. Is that you?
Yeah, exactly, man. That's me.
Fantastic, sir. How are you?
Maiyegun, I'm okay, Maiyegun. I like when you put that your short clip. Anarchy looms. Maiyegun.
Anarchy looms.
Anarchy looms. Maiyegun, we are in trouble.
Anarchy looms. Anarchy looms. Anarchy looms.
CA.
Maiyegun,
Sir?
let me translate one in two languages I can speak.
Great.
Ego manu Nigeria. Ego manu Nigeria agogo according to Suludo. Ego manu Nigeria agogo. Owo epo Nigeria titan. Nigeria all your money down. Nigeria all your money don't finish. At least broken Yoruba and Igbo, the one that can speak a little bit. Maiyegun, we are in big mess. We're in a big mess. What everybody have said so far. In fact, that's one good thing about this temple of truth. Like we think alike, everybody, except those foolish ones that tell
who want to kind of impose themselves into our conversation.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You overseas. You are complaining. Why don't you come back? You want me to come back to come and do what?
One even told me today and said, "Hey, when I was sick, people are not wishing me well. I said, I'll be your president. Did I tell you I was sick? If I don't tell all of you, I go to hospital, you go no. So at least all of you wait my page. You know why I went to hospital. How many of you can tell us why Thiefnubu was in that building today? None of you.
Maiyegun. I went to, my daughter had a stomach upset. Okay. My wife was, women, my wife was worried. I went. Maiyegun, the doctor said, hey, you guys will stay here for a little time. Maiyegun, they did scan for his liver, for her liver, scan for her kidney, scan for digestive, 5 scans. For someone who just got small belly echo, 5.
To be sure.
5 scans. Maiyegun, the room alone, if you see the room alone, Maiyegun, we are in big mess back home. That's all I have to say. Thank you for the good job and
bless you.
Don't give up. Don't give up.
I won't.
Don't give up.
Thank you so much as well for adding your own voice as well. You see, when we talk about healthcare, there are those of us who left Nigeria that the first culture shock that we experience is how we were treated in the time of our vulnerability. I'm talking about you are going to the hospital. Normally, right? From Nigeria, if you are from Nigeria, you're always going to have to pray and say, God. But if you live in this part of the world, that will be your list of maybe something is going to go wrong with you. No, that's the list of your worry. Sometimes you just feel like, man, I just hope this is quick and I can get back to my, life. I don't want to spend much time in the hospital. Not you praying that may devil not take the hands of the doctor. We go operate your child. Baba, hello.
Maiyegun
Yaya aiki.
Lafiya lau, kana nan lafiya.
Lafiya kalau yaya mata yaya everybody.
Duk suna nan lafiya kalau sannu.
Lafiya kalau alhamdulillah.
Yawwa.
Amen.
Yawwa.
Thank you.
Allah ya ba mu sa'a.
Allah ba mu sa'a, Baba.
Amen. Amen.
Amen. So thank you so much, Baba. You are here.
Maiyegun. Wahala dey. She people within Nigeria. I suppose that thing. I just laugh for your page for Facebook. When you finally what you yawiri.
Baba, see me, I don't even bother replying some of them. But I'm going to want to replay page.
No, Maiyegun, you know the video I get. If you check, you go see sometimes a person just comment. You get one video at the drop. And you also fulai or to show fulai. Now that video I they use the reply, I'll just comment there. The moment you can't comment rubbish, now I will just drop for you. I'll just leave him. Come by. Tori oti show, you don't show say and you fulele. Oti show fulai, can show po ma show oti show fulai, oti ma show o for local funko koko touche. You understand? Because how would someone leave a country that they tell you they build Lagos, someone build Lagos, but they don't have hospital? Are you people okay?
How?
Maiyegun, I just had a surgery. And when I was looking up my surgery, it is a torn ACL and a meniscus repair.
Oh.
And it cost anywhere from $20,000 up to $50,000 for this repair. It depends how severe it is.
Wow.
Mine was somehow severe because I have the pictures, everything. Like it's really, really like no be small thing. Yes. I now sat down, calculated, okay, let's say average, let's say, okay, maybe my fee fall around, let's say $25,000 for the repair. Averagely, I can't calculate $25,000. We are talking about in Nigerian currency, we are talking about 40 something million naira. Yes. So I can't sit down, I can't look, say, these people leave Nigeria, they come abroad for their own medical checkup and whatever nonsense they come for. They don't have insurance. My insurance, the military, my insurance that I have with the military covered every single thing. That is why in the military here, if you miss appointments, sometimes you might get counseling for missing your appointment because the military spend a lot of money on your healthcare and they don't want you missing appointment, all those kind of things like that, because it's like you don't take things serious or you didn't take your health serious, and that's a problem for them. Because how would you be able to perform? I will now wonder if some people will leave Nigeria, will come over here, government officials, to come and get a healthcare system, make use of the healthcare system here. Not that you have insurance. You pack a whole million and you come down here to come and fix yourself. Go back, and if anything happen again, you are still coming back. And over there, even the fresh air that the people breathe safe, no problem. Because anything go fit happen. That's why you, the masses, you resort to Inna Lillahi wa Inna Ilaihi Raji'un. You resort to praying to Allah every time. Resort to praying to your pastor, giving you holy water to go and use on yourself. You will get healed when the holy water touches you. Or if you go and move Tobalo motion too, if you go and move on to Abi, what did they call them? They wash them for you, you drink.
Pastor, pastor, our mojo still alone show. I check on the only what you will. You want it out, you pack by the Bible.
Ahmed.
Maiyegun. And meanwhile, them they pack your money, come here, come fix themselves. No be madness be that. We record any.
And now they go come from Nigeria. They go pay $100,000, $200,000 on medical treatment abroad. They will go back to Nigeria. People way poor will gather around them. They do,
and you are welcoming them. Thanksgiving for people who stole your money to come down here. I did do that breakdown for them, for my people on TikTok. Like, we was having a conversation about this Maiduguri flood and everything like that. And someone came and he was like, what really happened in Maiduguri is that some people, they were praying for a real heavy rainfall. Like real heavy rainfall, this, that. I say, Oga, if you know, shut up. I swear to God, I feel follow through the phone. I feel knock you something.
Because you just mentioned it, right? Those who felt like it's climate change, it's not climate change. Now, what's happened with this?
Garin Maiduguri, wato alo dam ku ga yanda ruwan yake hauka yake masifa. Ubangiji Allah ya kare mu da kariyansa. Wannan ruwan yanzu cikin gari yake zuwa gabaki dai. Wallahi wannan ruwan ya fi karfin yadda kake tunani. Masifa ne, ba karamin masifa ba. Ku ga yanda ruwan yake fada, zunzurutun fada, har hayaki yake yi. Kun ga yanda ruwan yake. Kun ga yanda ya tafi da gabaki daya. Yanzu ruwan nan duk gabaki daya cikin gari yake tafiya. Wallahi tallahi dole ma ambaliya ya zo. Allah ya kare mu, gaskiya Allah ya rufa mana asiri. Wannan masifa ne, ba karamin masifa ba. Wallahi ku ga yanda ruwan yake fada fa. Yanda ruwan yake fada yake hauka. Wallahi dam din fashewa yayi, kun gani? Dam din fashewa yana ta hau.
How can anybody now say it's because some people pray for too much rain?
Maiyegun, you know, they hear as that one talk I say, if you know, keep quiet, but now God, I go ask that God same thing we them pray for now. Pray to say, may that God take your life, may punish you, may take your life. She now the kind of prayer I want us to be pray with that. I go help you pray that kind of prayer. She you decrease me. If not be say you be mad. People will be saying, do you know how much they are budgeted for those damn, all those things that they are budgeted? They budget money every year and they steal that money. You are here telling me some people pray. Are you mad? Some people pray for waiting. Which kind of prayer be that? Say they no rain, waiting. All the balai way they happen, they pray and the prayer, God can't answer their prayer. I say you must be very, very useless to even be thinking that way. And that is the reason why the government continue to use it. I say, look, continue to shout, pray for Maiduguri. God will not come down, come and stop, can barricade those water. No. God will not come down until you guys understand the difference between the politics they play with your life and your religion. Mm-hmm. Until you are able to differentiate those, they don't collaborate. The politics is different. Your religion is different. They just use that one to scam you every day because they know that is what you believe in, and that is what they can easily use to change your mindset, to change your thinking, and they will continue to use it. Don't come here and come and tell me, let's pray for Maiduguri. I say, look, reality. If you can pray from now till tomorrow, share the water go back near as you they pray. You go come stand in front of the water, come they do crucifix, or you do your sin or whatever you pray on. Say me the water go back. I don't understand what kind of prayer pray for the people in Maiduguri. How do you want to pray? What kind of prayer do you want to pray? I'm telling you, over there, a lot of them, like their mindset don't change. Thank God. Some of them, their mindset don't change. Because even this weary, their malam we've been talk the other day. If you see the kind fire they don't fire, up to now, they still fire them. They still fire them up and down. Because they don't understand. Say, answer or we talk about hunger. This weary, they talk.
I know.
Olobu, you they call us kafiri. I want any kafiri. I want weary. I want woni kafiri. Leyin what to preach. Babanla kafiri. And when those are the people that the Ranan Kiyama as they talk, that them go be in front of Jan Nama, they go they lead way. They go they lead way, make people come past, say, oh yeah, now we day here. We they lead you now the enter Jan Nama. She you now the mad me. Which people the kafiri was the kafiri. And that thing when they talk, indirectly we know the people he's talking to because he's talking to the Igbo. I went then kafiran Kogani Chewar, I basa some Muslim, Sinayaki, the Muslim. Igbos, those are the people they are always talking about. Let them go. Allow support the Igbos. Make them go. They don't hold anything for now. Now they try won't hold them, and when I know if you hold anybody. Last, everybody go pack in kaya. They go leave that contraption. It go soon break. Make them continue. Now only time. I go make allow you. Yeah, now.
And thanks so much for stopping by as well. A lot of people have their own experiences, we must admit. And sharing them like this actually do help, right? The ignorance in Nigeria, sometimes I believe that it is forced to some extent, okay? There are people who just want to believe the nonsense because taking in the truth is too much for them. So they would rather just believe the nonsense. It's easier. It's like an escapism kind of a thing. Okay, you say, but it's the will of Allah, it's the will of God. It's an escapism technique from taking responsibility that you are enabling bad behavior, and the bad behavior, the consequences of bad behavior is catching up. And to take responsibility is a no. So they would rather just say, it's the will of Allah, when it is not. Which Allah? Hello.
Hey, my king.
Friends. How are you, Baba?
I'm good, my king.
That's
I'm good.
My Princess Adebayo from Sweden. Is that you?
Yes, my king.
How are you today, Baba?
Fine. You know, yesterday I was trying to get into the show because there was something you said.
Yeah, I didn't take call last night. Yeah. And I almost not take call tonight, but I was like, no, I have to. I'll just suspend the rest of the show, then just
two days ago. Mm-hmm. Yeah, two days ago there was something you said. So I wanted to call in because you just give that country name. You know, there's anytime we complain, they'll give us right. Anytime we complain, they give us right. You said something, but I don't know whether you remember. I said this country is not declare rice.
And now you were welcome to declare rice. And now some said it's a rice republic. I know.
Rice republic. Baba, truly, I dey fear for this country because
everyone has to be concerned. We all have to be concerned.
I don't understand. Yeah. Don't send see other countries, be all those tax-free zones or kilompe.
That the kind of money tax haven, where when they steal money, they hide them there. Mm-hmm.
Yes, and you know when I think of it, I see the past rulers. They are old people, and at that age, they still didn't care about the destiny of their people. You know, it makes me wonder whether, you know, it is true. thieves, they don't have pride and they don't have sympathy. They don't have any feeling. They only care about stealing. Because even a wicked, no matter how bad you are, even if we allow you, we already know that we don't have any power over you. You can steal as much as you can, but still you cannot create simple hospital in your country.
Something you need.
Why is that bad?
Something
you need
yourself.
Even make your own family member.
You know something, Prince, right? When they go abroad, they want to use their latest automobiles designed by the Westerners. Whenever they see outside their Nigeria, they want to have them to themselves. Okay, or when it comes to public facilities, they never ever dream of replicating them in their own country. Who can hate Nigeria more? Us or them?
And the thing is funny, this internet and this social media is like a surprise to them. If they have power, they would have shut it down because they didn't expect it. It's because of social media now that people like you now, people like us now that are here, we are now seeing the difference. We cannot tell the difference that it doesn't make any sense to steal and bring it back, bring it to Europe. Europe already built their nation, their own society. And the way they build our society, if you look at it from here, from where we are seeing it now, we know that we have money to build our own like that. But these people are from ancient civilization. These are Nigerian leaders. They are from ancient civilization. They are not from our civilization because we are seeing it from our own time. Things have changed. You need to build all these things in your place. Everybody, in short, in this climb, people don't even go to work far distance. You cannot be going to work from Ajegule to what's it called? Lagos Island. No, it's in your own locality. That means the industry there's every train station. Oh God, I don't know how
the economic society for
exactly.
They created the existing
economy in every zone
for every community. That should take care of you there. You have no reason to want to say, it's better in the other area. I would rather go there. No, you don't have to. It's there in your own area.
Exactly. Commune. Commune. In your commune, there is the industrial zone. Every places is by bicycle, you get to those places. And you come back to your home. So that you don't need to be traveling from Lagos Island
to experience something better. It's right there in your own commune.
Yeah, so that you can have time for your children. Nigerians are running from one pillar to post. They don't even see their children because of traffic. Because these people they can't even see this. They can't see anything. They only care about stealing. They don't even build any project. They just take from the source to foreign banks. From the source to foreign banks. No middle way again. No middlemen are even enjoying the direct from the source like this. They'll just pick it. The last one, that Buhari own, from the central bank direct to where I don't know where he went to save his own
money to where now.
People money like that. That's why the country is almost dying. The only thing saving that country is the Igbo people that have businesses. If not, nothing the government or the past government, pensioners are crying now. They are not giving them their money. They are stealing their money. They are stealing everybody's money. The banks, they will say share. They are stealing your money. The banks are, in fact, if you have money in Nigeria, you are a gunner. Because any day, any
this part of the world, right? Manufacturing businesses are the people that are declaring massive profit. In Nigeria, banks, they declare profit. Banks, they declare too much profit. Not industries,
to tell you they don't have sense.
No.
To tell you any country where banks are making money,
more money
that country
manufacturing sector. That is not a country.
That's not a country. That's not a country. That is even what's this law? There's a law that is called. It's called this man's thesis. What's this man again? The one that they used during the communist and capitalist.
Is that Lenin or Stalin or all these ones?
I think it's one of them. Yes, that said it that if in a country, if it is the banks that are declaring profits, that country is a failure.
That's right.
It's not. It is manufacturers and services that should be declaring profit. That's how you know a healthy country.
Yes.
Nigeria law. Oh my God.
Prince. Thank you for adding your voice to this tonight, okay? Let me also take another one. It's an interesting night, and I'm happy that I opened the line as well. You see, a lot of them actually thought it's a flex, right? That they should come online and defend. Some are even asking me, if now you say you will not go abroad for treatment. I was like, what are you talking about? Like, the people who are living in that place, do they not deserve better healthcare too? Like, you are watching me from Nigeria. Say you not deserve better healthcare, ni? Like, for all, you see, even if you love your oppressors, fine. You love your oppressors, great, enjoy it. But despite all of that, say you do not deserve anything good, ni? That you have to stand up and defend the people that are taking all of that away from you. Then they bring them over here. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun.
Hello,
Good
sir.
evening.
How are you?
I'm all right. Maiyegun, it's always good to hear from you.
It's such
And
a
we are so glad. And we are so glad you came back and recover and sound healthy and agile.
Thanks, man. Thank you.
I just watching off your program. I guess you know who is calling, right?
I want to believe this is James, is it?
Right. That's me. That's me. Yeah. What prompted me to call about the last video you shows about Sare Toku idiots? Let me ask, did the River State have a governor?
Well, they do. Well,
okay, let's say the governor is not aware what's going on that area. What about the assistant governor? What about the deputy governor?
What about those staff that go partner with him and use him for their own political leverages eventually?
And they see how they charge Malaysia. You know, this is a completely child trafficking.
Do you see all those kids? Do you see all those people? Those young stars?
Those kids supposed to be in the school. But
or in factories producing something, adding value to society. But see, they are being trained as militias.
And the government, they call themselves, the governors call themselves chief security officer of the state. And they see crime as Sari Tokumbo is committing. And see what's going on there, and they refuse to react. Is that when everything started going bad and the kids started robbing and criminality and everything is going on as is, because that's definitely what he's training them for. And who is outside for training these kids for the prepare for what kind of military that he tried to prove?
I don't know.
Maiyegun, Nigeria is gone. It's gone. Anybody who open up Nigeria to be a country, that person must be a dreamer. And that person needs to go to the hospital to have a brain check. And you see those that call themselves leader. The president that went to UK hospital, you see how those people rule their country? And you see how they're calling themselves the leaders, rule their people, their government.
Shameless people.
There is no hospital in Nigeria their president can go. Is that what they're saying? They rather take the resources of Nigeria, the so-called Nigeria lovers. Their presidents rather take their resources, go somewhere else to treat themselves. And when all of them there is dying for hospitals, for no child care.
With Naira, they had to go to their central bank, convert the money to pound sterling. The forex that could be given to importers or people who are doing businesses, cut down the exchange rates. They had to give it to politicians. And you know the saddest part, right? Everybody that is with him here in the UK, every day they are here, they are being paid their star codes in pound sterling as well.
Yeah, I mean, the whole impunity and wickedness of the leaders they call themselves, and the sufferness they're pushing up to the people. Because I bet you the president that got to the UK, when his son is sick, he's not going to get a treatment from Nigeria. But we have the fools, idiot people, illiterate people, uneducated people supporting the impunity. They are self-called the president, they are pushing upon them. There is no good hospital. There is no school. There is no good road. There is no any of that that exists in that country they call Nigeria. They so-called themselves governors and presidents. And when you look at what happened in Mpono, the dam, you see how the people are suffering, and when you see how the criminals that ruin them, that dam is supposed to be source of electricity to that state.
Honestly, see the amount of water that is now like
and that water, yeah,
irrigation system. They could have used that same dam, right, to build irrigation system across the northeast alone. That amount of water,
and they will be, and they will be producing a lot of crops. But due to the wickedness of those people, due to their foolishness, and they fail to understand, and they know that the people that are ruling them are just using them as useless as they can never be. This governor is supposed to be his #1 priority, to make sure the state take advantage of this water, to produce more electricity, to produce, like he said, more irrigation for crops, to supply food. Maiyegun, Nigeria is never ever going to recover.
It's gone.
Nigeria is gone. And it's about the time people started rising up and figure out where they belong and what they're planning for their kids. You see all these criminals, all these dead bodies, all these 19 or 80-year-olds calling themselves 40-year-olds, ruling them. They're gonna keep on pushing them more poorer and poorer and poorer. Till we all wake up and tell them enough is enough and put a stop on this. Maiyegun, thank you. Let me let you go and let other people.
Thanks so much again as well for adding your own voice too.
Thank you.
Thanks, Baba. You have a good one, okay?
Thank you.
Now we are almost coming to the end of the program this evening. Listen, if you are still with us, right, we have less than just 5 minutes to go. I have a caller on the line. That may be my last caller this evening. Depends. However, if you haven't really shared this broadcast, please do. We are coming, to the end of the whole program tonight. Here is MOG. Hello.
Hello, Maiyegun. Good evening from here.
How are you?
Good evening. So, I'm fine. And you?
Well, I'm very
thank you so much for so much for your research and your program. You always dish out here.
Thank you so
much. We learn a lot and we see a lot.
I know. Thank you, sir.
No, Maiyegun, I want to say something because I see people talking about hospital in Nigeria, Nigerian politicians and Nigerian government can never maintain a hospital. If you let it be 3 rooms hospital, they cannot maintain it because what we are enjoying in abroad, there's a lot of work put in it. People they put a lot of work. Maiyegun, I worked once in hospital in Germany,
Right.
From the least job to the highest, people are there every time. 3 shifts.
Committed.
3 shifts every time. Commit. And every department has its own chef that controls it. Make sure that work is going. If the chef is not there, they call it Vorarbeiter. 4-Arbeiter must be there to control people. Nigeria, they cannot do it. And these guys, they know about it. That's why they always run away to come to UK or Europe or whatever to come and take their own health serious, and take their care, So let's just forget about that hospital side. They cannot do nothing. They cannot do it because the corruption, they cannot do it. The Nigerian leaders, they see just their eye, their nose. They are looking at their nose, like what they will eat is at their nose. Because when they look, yeah, exactly. But because when they look more than that, they feel that they are going there to just go and do nonsense and come back. Even their relations, you will be shouting at them that they are stupid. Why you went to this social place and you did not get something like this? So let's forget about hospital. See, Nigeria, you cannot explain. You cannot even. There's no way you can explain this thing to Nigerians. They will understand. Even some of us that are in this abroad now, they've not seen it. They can't understand itself. They think it's something like you can just put in. Not just say. They will think that it's just like kindergarten. You can just go there, do your thing, come out like the way they used to do in Nigeria. Somebody will be at work in local government or wherever, and he will tell a colleague, "Let me go and buy something." From there, I will go home. If our Oga asks about me, just tell him that I went to the toilet, and that person expecting to get salary. So how do you expect that department to move on? So let's forget about hospital issue. They prefer seeing people dying every day at the hospital in Nigeria than putting it in order. So now, but the most important thing that made me to call is the people, the youths, the level of the youth like looks like slaves. Asari showed on the screen
of all those young people that he assembled
with uniform, then shave their hair, both female and male,
including female ladies or girls, or shave their hair.
You know, there's a little crisis now in Imo State politically. You know, they are doing their Hope Uzodinma is trying to do his own Abarakata Abad again there. And I saw one news that those people, they are saying that they want, since the thing is not going well, they want their money back. They want their money back. So Hope Uzodinma can do it alone. You know, so Asari, anytime there's a little crisis, Asari we present those militias for sale. He's selling it. So since there's crisis now, he bring them out to showcase his market. So those guys now will now come, because some people are around Imo State and other places. Youths are getting sense now. They don't want to die again like that. So all these ones that he's showcasing now is for sale. You see where he was mentioned in Zamfara, Niger, people are running, we are fighting.
Where they can go and fight.
So it's insecurity. They know where the insecurity is coming from. So nobody should tell us that I pity all these police and army that are still there, thinking that they are serving Nigeria or serving these politicians or trying to protect these politicians. I pity them. The ones that are doing it with their wholehearted, they should leave that place immediately. Throw that uniform, they should burn it. Because since Asari can provide more than 1,000 children, I don't call them adults, I call them children. Because normal adults cannot be in that shape. Even look at their faces look hungry. They are sad. Look at, none of them are smiling. And he sat down there.
Let's show people.
You hear me? Yes, if anybody tells you say you go stay for Rivers State, tell them say Rivers State.
There's somebody where they punch.
Service state here. Nobody. You don't think you are training?
I'm with you.
You know, he sat down there. Not only he was showcasing his business, he was still harassing them, molesting them, insulting them. You can see their faces. They look like chimpanzees I'm sorry. They look like when you see animals, chimpanzees, especially chimpanzees in cage, in zoos, they don't look happy. That's how those faces are looking, because there is hunger, because the country has failed those youths. That's why Asari can use them like that. And some people are not seeing it. And the government is still there looking for unknown gunmen in the bush. They are still there looking for IPOB to kill. And they are still outside there jailing protesters that said that they are hungry, bailing them 10 million. You see? So why are they leaving Asari to walk around and sit? Anytime, just watch this, observe this. Anytime there's a little crisis in the news, he will showcase militias for sale. That's all I want to say. So government, anybody that is an army, police, soldier, or whatever you are doing for Nigeria, with your heart, trying to earn money to take care of your family, please and please throw that uniform away. You are fighting for nothing. You will die for nothing. Throw that uniform away. Since Asari can put this kind of picture up in a television, now it's not when we don't have internet. Now internet can pull it everywhere. And he's busy making videos. Before they used to hide this thing when the government is serious. But now since government are not serious, he's now selling his market. And you can look at those places, they are sad, they are hungry. They came there because Asari asked them to come. Maybe before coming there, they've given them 10,000. And once you enter there, you're not...
give them money. Once they train them and they have job for them, they will pay them.
Asari, those guys are under duress. That's why they are sad. What they told them to come there is not what they are seeing, and they cannot go away, because if you want to go away there, they will kill that person.
And nobody will actually ask us.
So that, look at their face. Look at their faces. Look at their faces. Psychologically, look at their faces. They are mentally. They are under duress. They are They're weak. In fact, I don't know how to put it. They are tired, my brother. Thank you so much. This is all I want to say. Maybe people did not see this. Let them think about it.
I'm glad you actually mentioned that, and I'm able to show it to everyone again before we call it a night, okay? You have a good night yourself, all right? And to the rest of us, I think it is ideal for us to call it a night now. It's been an interesting evening. And if you joined us midway, for example, I advise you to please watch this from the start again, okay? I have shared what I have seen. I have shared what I know. What you make of it is completely yours, okay? You can't claim ignorance. You can't say you don't know anymore, because what is going on inside that contraption is so unreal, right? That anybody who still claims to have no idea what is going on, they are doing so. It's like a selective amnesia or intentional ignorance. So you can't be ignorant against what is going on in that contraption. Do not wait to become a victim before you possibly take action. The intention is to wake up our consciousness and our subconscious minds to have what is called the better critical thinking, that you can see how much this entire system is rigged against you. Nobody is coming to save you if you are not willing to save yourselves. I have done my part, and I'll keep doing the same. Please do yours. To everyone else, thank you. Please, as you are leaving the program this evening, don't forget, if this is your first time, I advise you probably like the broadcast and subscribe. Set your notification on, because tomorrow is going to be another day. To the rest of us, dear Templars, enjoy your weekend and good night.
Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ làmọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun ti dé o, ọ̀rẹ́ ará ìlú. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Lórí Facebook, lórí YouTube. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Gbogbo bó ṣe ń lọ ni Maiyegun já wa sí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àṣírí ọ̀jẹ̀lú kì í bò níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Bó bá ṣe eré àní Maiyegun máa wí. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ó sì tún ṣe eré wàá gbọ́ níbẹ̀ o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Maiyegun Diary, Diary Politico. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Godfatherism kò sí lọ́rọ̀ Maiyegun. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Ẹ farabalẹ̀ sẹ́ o kẹgọ́rọ̀ lẹ́nu o. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní Maiyegun làwa mọ̀ tó dòdòdò. Maiyegun Diary, Maiyegun number one. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí Facebook. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Lórí YouTube. Maiyegun ti dé. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọba bá gbé wúrẹ́. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ijó ìgbádìyẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Pẹ̀sìdó bá rúfin o. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Kí gómìnà kówó jẹ. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. Ọlọ́pàá ti ń darí bá. Maiyegun máa wí. Àní ẹ̀sùn rákì. Maiyegun ti dé. aṣòfin tí ń rúfin o.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
òpùrọ́ olóṣèlú.
Maiyegun máa wí.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràjò.
Maiyegun ti dé.
ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
àní ẹ̀sùn ràgì.
Maiyegun ti dé.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò ní fi wọ́n níran.
wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ o Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. wọ́n fowó bẹ́ẹ̀ Maiyegun ó sọ pé wọ́n ò fẹ́ bẹ́ẹ̀. oníkanṣá ti ṣe èyí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe fáwọn ará ìlú tó gbé wọn débẹ̀ o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. ṣùgbọ́n ní má ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. kì máa yí ṣeré ọ̀rọ̀ yìí kì í ṣẹ̀fẹ̀. ẹni bá ti lè lẹ́bọ̀ lẹ́rù o ọmọ bá dèrò kàṣàyè tú wọn síta.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.
tẹnitẹni ọmọ Maiyegun ọ̀rẹ́ ara ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni mo fọlọ́hún ṣọ́ ẹ̀ bá kìlẹ́bù. lóòótọ́ olódodo ìlú ọ̀tá ìlú mọ̀mọ́ ni ìwọ ṣá máa ń ṣọ́ra kò sì mọ́ bẹ̀rù. bọ́tà ń lè rí bóníṣègùn lé káwọ́ mọ̀mọ́ fi ṣera wọn ni ó ti dẹrùn tí wọn ò gbọ́dọ̀ sì mọ́ bẹ̀. èèpo ọ̀gọ̀lọ́mọ bá dérò tàjẹ́ ò gbọ́dọ̀ jẹ́ ó ti dọba lórí àbínú ẹni kò sì mọ́ bùyà. àìsíwọ́lu ní ẹnìkẹ́ ìgbódì ẹyin lábàrá o ó kó ẹni tó bá dán o àkàmù. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì o. ẹni bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dèrò òní fi wọ́n níran o.
Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. Maiyegun ti dé. gbogbo ọ̀jẹ̀lú ẹ̀sùn ràgì. ṣùgbọ́n ní bá ti ṣe yìí tó yẹ kí wọ́n ṣe ọmọ bá dẹ́rọ̀ ò ní fi wọ́n níran.